Struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Back here on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Red Sox and White Sox tonight. Chris Sale on the mound against his former team. And before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. It's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers and their Discover Summer Sales event with a large inventory in stock. Now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover your best summer ever with Ford.
Alex, we know what the standings are, and the White Sox trying to avoid losing 100 games, but you approach this as pretty much any other series in terms of who you play?
We just got to go out there and win games. We prepare the same way, and obviously, taking care of pitchers. We don't want them to get hurt, but at the end of the day, I think we owe it to the people that come here, the people who's watching on TV, listening on the radio, to go out there and do our best.
Luis Urias has gone on the injured list with a calf muscle. That pretty much finishes his season and brings up Valdez.
Yeah, we got Valdi here. It didn't make sense to push Louis to go out there. He wasn't going to be available for 4 or 5 days. By that time, it's the middle of the week, so he did a good job for us. We saw what he can do. He's a good defender. Control the strike zone, and let's see what the offseason brings.
You have Rafaela at second base. Will he get extended time there now and a good look?
He'll play some, but I think, our preference is for him to play center field. So we try to find him at bats somehow, some way. Here you go, ref. Get more at bats, get more innings. We haven't seen him play that much in center field, so that'll be good for us.
What's impressed you the most about Rafaela?
I think the athleticism, you see it. It's a kid that he knows who he is, he knows what he wants, and he really cares about winning and losing, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, Bobby Dahlbeck at first with Casas hurt. Have you noticed a change at all with Bobby Dahlbeck?
I think he understands now. There's up and downs in this game, and you cannot get too high, you cannot get too low, right? You got to show up and be consistent. And he does an outstanding job preparing. It's kind of like in the battle in between 7 and 10 p.m. what you have to do mentally to maintain that consistency. And so far, he's done an outstanding job for us.
Might he play some outfield as he did at Worcester?
Yeah, I want to see him in right field. At one point, we had to play him right field.
This is not the easiest right field in the game, but that's a real test.
Yeah, we got Camden Yards.
Right, with a short porch there and right. How about Kenley Jansen? He's here in uniform. Is he going to be active soon?
He's going to move around, and he'll let him know how he feels, and then we go from there.
So possibly tomorrow?
There's a good chance.
And Chris Martin would be in the closing role in all likelihood, or is it mix and match?
If we get the lead in 9, but he'll get the shot. But if there's the big boys are hitting in the 8th, he'll get that inning.
One guy we certainly have been so impressed by is Brendan Bernardino this season he's had. You found him really out of nowhere, and he's really blossomed into a steady guy.
Very, very consistent. The sinker plays. He throws strikes. There was a time there that he was a little bit wild, but overall, more than we expected. He's becoming a guy that has dominated lefties, and we like him a lot. And he's going to have a regular off season, and he'll be ready for next year.
What would you like to see from Chris Sale tonight? He certainly had a devastating slider his last outing.
Yeah, it starts with command with Chris, right? He threw a lot of strikes. He was hitting the mid. He was able to switch shapes in his slider. He had a big one for a strike, and then the short one for swing and misses. So, it's Friday night at Fenway, not what we expected, right? Where we at right now, but it's always fun to play in this venue, and he'll be ready.
Our Sherwin-Williams question comes from Anthony Petrosinelli from Warwick, Rhode Island store. How do veterans help young players in pregame preparation?
Yeah, it's kind of like, paying it forward, right? I remember when I came up to the big leagues, Eric Karras, Devon White, Bobby Bonilla, Gary Sheffield, show me the ropes, to how to become a big leaguer, how to prepare for the battle of that night. And, as a veteran, I did it with Dustin Pedroia, and Dustin Pedroia did it with somebody else, and he keeps going and going and going, and then this happens, right? And now we were actually talking to Tristan Casas today in a meeting, and now although he's a young guy, he's helping Rafael and Abreu as far as that. The best of the best in this team, Justin Turner, he's been outstanding as far as like helping guys out to understand scouting reports, how to attack pitchers, how to be a big leaguer, and it's something that he started way back then, and it's going to continue, because if you don't do that, you're not going to be successful.
Great answer, Alex. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Joe.
Sherwin-Williams Pro Plus is an exclusive program with pro-level services designed to help you manage and grow your paint business. Unlock the Pro Advantage at swproplus.com today. So there you go, Alex Cora with Joe, and time now for the injury report presented by Catches Law Group, New England's personal injury pros since 1986. Catches has won over $2 billion for their injured clients, and you never pay unless Catches wins. Injured? Schedule a free legal evaluation by calling 508-321-7000 or at catcheslaw.com. Luis Urias has been placed on the 10-day IL with a left calf strain, essentially ending his season. All right, time now for the Friday Farm Report, and it's sponsored by your New England Kubota tractor dealers. The versatile Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors are rated #1 in durability and owner experience. In Connecticut, it's R&S Rentals and Sales in Torrington, F&W Equipment in Orange, or Ruette Sibley Equipment in Milford. Guys like Rafaela and Dahlbeck and Abreu all had good seasons in Worcester, and we're now seeing all these guys up with the big club. One guy wanted to highlight, and he did spend some time with the Boston Red Sox this year, but in Worcester, David Hamilton in 103 games had 57 stolen bases. Pretty electric stuff there, but again, hard to crack the lineup here, especially with Trevor Story coming back. All right, we have our bet du jour. We'll look at the lineup, the pitching matchup, and the scores across Major League Baseball as these wild card races in both leagues are going to be coming down to probably the final day of the season. So we have all of that coming up here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
It was your father's leather chair and his father's before that. It's where you can sink back from a busy day and enjoy some well-crafted comfort. Which is why you also choose Bank Rhode Island. Because with the straightforward delivery of services and our commitment to serve with integrity and trust, you have a bank committed to craft the comfort of a better banking experience. It's banking well-crafted from Bank RI. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The world needs ways to reduce carbon emissions.
We're working on solutions in our own operations.
Like carbon capture.
And clean energy from hydrogen.
So, who are we?
Believe it or not, ExxonMobil. And our solutions could help industries like manufacturing,
commercial transportation,
and power generation too.
Heavy industry with low emissions. Let's deliver.
Learn more at ExxonMobil.com.
What if our resources protected themselves? What if 0 drops of water went to waste? Work with Black & Veatch, and what if is all you need to ask. We outfit what next with all sorts of efficiency.
The Brett Boone Podcast and guest Kurt Schilling.
Like that energy the fans brought made it what it was. And Red Sox fans have always hated the Yankees, and Yankee fans have always, they've not hated the Red Sox. They've kind of pitied them up until this century. I can't imagine my baseball career without that experience. It's Auburn-Alabama football. It's Cowboys-Steelers. It's one of the greatest rivalries in sports.
The Brett Boone Podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Greetings, podcast listeners. This is world-renowned, self-proclaimed couples therapist, Dr. Sheila. And I'd like to invite all of you to experience my couples therapy podcast, Say More. On the pod, I talk to couples and you get to listen in on other people's problems and then feel better about your own.
Say More with Dr. Sheila features Amy Poehler as Dr. Sheila. Listen and follow to Say More with Dr. Sheila on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Every business seeks an advantage, whether it's having the best location, hiring top talent, or spotting trends before they happen. And now, the United States Postal Service can give your business a new advantage. Introducing USPS Ground Advantage. Reliable and affordable 2 to 5 day package shipping. It's the advantage you need at the price you want. Get the Ground Advantage at USPS.com/advantage. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
And Doug. With Liberty Mutual, you can customize and save hundreds on your car insurance. But what to buy with those savings? Yep, I bought a sound effects machine.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Every business seeks an advantage, whether it's having the best location, hiring top talent, or spotting trends before they happen. And now, the United States Postal Service can give your business a new advantage. Introducing USPS Ground Advantage. Reliable and affordable 2 to 5 day package shipping. It's the advantage you need at the price you want. Get the Ground Advantage at USPS.com/advantage. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Back here on the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Red Sox and White Sox from Fenway tonight. The first of 3. Final homestand for the Sox. They have 5 games at home, and then they end the season 4 games in Baltimore. Who knows what will be on the line for Baltimore? Certainly nothing for the Red Sox, unless you're keeping tabs on last place. As in the division, the Red Sox are there by themselves, looking up at the Yankees, who are 2 games better than them at the moment. Red Sox enter tonight 75 and 78, officially eliminated from the postseason, whereas the Yankees are a game over 500 at 77 and 76. And we talked about that over the last couple of weeks about, does it matter? Does it not matter? And I think for certain players, a bad year is a bad year. Missing the playoffs is missing the playoffs. But I think as a whole, when we look back, and I know Chaim Bloom's gone, but Alex Cora will have another last place finish on his resume, and John Henry will have another last place finish to look at when, they point to the success and the good years. They'll be able to flip it on them too and be like, well, now you had all these seasons where you weren't even playing competitive baseball or meaningful baseball in the last month of the season. And that's what it's been this year. Right through that first week of August, you could make a case that they were still in it, do nothing at the deadline, and the pitching falls apart, and thus you are now still a few wins away from even hitting the over-under that was set at the beginning of the year that I know a lot of people pounced on. Speaking of bets, the bet du jour is brought to you by FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball. And the goal, Joe, a couple of months ago after the horrible start that I had was just to get back to 500. I am now 1 bet below 500, which I know is still not profitable, but just either way, we have 1 more week of this. So if I hit this, I'll be an even 35 and 35. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves run line. They're massive, massive favorites on the money line. They're pretty big favorites on the run line too. But the Braves, Charlie Morton on the mound, they're going for win 99, taking on the Washington Nationals. So I will go with the Braves. Joe, what do you have?
I still feel like there's a ton of disrespect going on to the Orioles right now. They're at plus 102 against the Guardians on the road. That's a shame. Weird. I know it's Shane Bieber on the mound for the Guardians, but I feel super confident in taking Baltimore on the money line.
Yeah, Baltimore's really good. The American League playoffs, it's going to sting. There's no Red Sox, but they're going to be fun. Like, there are a lot of teams outside of Houston. There's teams that haven't done it yet, and the teams that made some big swings at the deadline, or what the Rays are going to look like, what the Orioles, the wild card, still somebody's going to be out probably on the last day. Who knows? There might even be a play-in or a tiebreaker or whatever else. But Baltimore is going to be one of those teams that's going to be fun to watch in the postseason. Our home run props, still looking to hit our first home run prop. We've only done it the last week or so, but I'm going to stay in that same Braves game. I'm going with Ronald Acuna Jr. The season Ronald Acuna is having is insane. I know everybody on the Braves is playing well. Matt Olson's up to, I think, 53 home runs. Ozzie Albies is driven in over 100. Spencer Strider's won 18 games. The Braves are going to go over 100 games. They're the favorite. But Ronald Acuna is one home run shy of 40, and he's 2 steals away from 70. So he's already the first 30-60 guy in the history of Major League Baseball, and he's not even just going to stop there. He is going to finish the year as a 40-70 guy while also leading the league in OPS and is hitting 335.
I think great minds, though, think alike, because I'm going to that game too.
All right.
I'm going to go Matt Olson. I mean, he just
killing
continues
it. Good
to
one.
pound the ball, home run after home run. I think he's at 53 right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially when you got the Nats and Patrick Corbin on the mound.
Just
it should be a
serving them up.
Yep, all those Braves hitters. So I think we have a good chance at hitting the home.
That's a good call. Yeah, Olson is going to cruise in, I would say, with the home run crown for this year. He's at 53, like we said. Old buddy Kyle Schwarber and Pete Alonso both have 45. Shohei Ohtani, who's been shut down for the year, but he's at 44. So he'll miss all this time and still lead the American League in home runs. And then Mookie Betts, like Ronald Acuna, is one shy of 40. So the next one Betts hits, he will be on 40. Luis Robert from this White Sox team is at 37. Jorge Soler, Max Muncy, and Austin Riley all have 36. Marcelo Osuna and Adolis Garcia have 35. Then you get to Rafael Devers at 33. Devers is tied for 13th in the league. How about so Devers has 33 home runs. Like, that's a ton of home runs. There are 4 Braves ahead of him. like they're absurd. So I mean, Braves Dodgers. I'm kind of hoping that we get an NLCS of Braves Dodgers. That would be an absolute blast. Over under in the Red Sox game tonight is 9, which leads us to today's pitching matchup of Chris Sale versus Touki Toussaint. It's sponsored by Town Fair Tire for the best prices on tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Chris Sale making his 19th start of the season. He is 6-4 with a 4.66 ERA. Toussaint, meanwhile, for the White Sox is 4-7 with a 5.40 ERA. Mostly starts for Toussaint. He has had 4 relief appearances this year. He is going to face a Red Sox lineup that is brought to you by Herb Chambers, New England's largest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. HerbChambers.com. Cedar Rafaela back in the leadoff spot and playing second base tonight, followed by Rafael Devers at third. Justin Turner's the DH batting third. Then Alex Verdugo in right. Adam Duvall is in center field batting fifth. Masataka Yoshida is in left field batting sixth. Then Trevor Story, the shortstop. Bobby Dahlbeck, who homered on Wednesday, he's at first base batting eighth. And Connor Wong is behind the plate batting ninth. Time now for the Subaru of New England scoreboard. With so much to love, you don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. For complete details and to find your authorized Subaru retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. And you had one final from this afternoon. Cubs shut out the Rockies 6-0 in Wrigley. Games going on right now. Brewers and Marlins are scoreless in the first. Corbin Burns on the mound for Milwaukee. Reds and Pirates are scoreless bottom of the first. And the Rays have a 1-0 lead on the Blue Jays as they head to the second inning in Tampa. And, of course, every game so important for the Blue Jays. Right now, Toronto is the second wild card. They are a half game up on both Texas and Seattle. So this thing is literally going to come down to the final day. Seattle has won their last 3 to get back in it. Texas, of course, beat the Red Sox on Tuesday and Wednesday, and Toronto lost their last time out. So this thing is very congested. Yankees playing out the string as well. They are home to the Diamondbacks tonight. The aforementioned Braves-Nationals game, that's a 7:05 first pitch. Phillies taking on the Mets at home. Orioles visit the Guardians. And then how about this? You got the Rangers and the Mariners. An identical 84-68 record. This series in Texas, so an 8:05 first pitch, but that's a huge one. I guess good news for the Blue Jays in a way, where you know somebody's going to lose every day during this series. Twins and Angels from Minnesota. The Astros are taking on the Royals at home. Tigers and A's. How about Oakland already with 107 losses? Still a week plus to go in the season. Padres taking on the Cardinals in San Diego. And then the late game tonight, the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. Your Xander Bogaerts update. He's actually kind of caught fire a little bit here. Up to 283. He's got 19 home runs, 53 RBI, and a 793 OPS. So Bogaerts started hot, was really cold for a while, and now the overall numbers are going to look pretty good because he has been on fire the last couple of weeks. All right, before we hand things off to Joe and Will, let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, for our producer, Joe Braverman, I'm Rich Keefe. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe and Will have the call of Red Sox and White Sox coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Proudly brought to you by Mass Mutual. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You can forget your password or your keys. You can even forget your kids.
Dad?
But one thing you don't forget is delicious Cumberland Farms coffee.
Just $1.29. Any size, any way you like it. Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
To all the pros out there, what's this week's project? Whatever it is, you're gonna need to clean up the dirty, greasy mess that's left behind. But you're not worried, because pros know Green gets it clean, so you can get back to work. Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner has the strength to power through even the toughest cleaning job. You handle the project. We'll handle the mess. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
Your entree into the restaurant business began in your home kitchen, and today your cafe's success continues with a well-crafted menu and a staff committed to add an extra touch, which is also why you chose Bank Rhode Island, because with a straightforward delivery of services and our commitment to serve with integrity and trust, you have a bank that's just as committed to add that extra touch. It's banking, well-crafted, from Bank RI. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Brett Boone Podcast and guest Kurt Schilling.
Like that energy the fans brought made it what it was. And Red Sox fans have always hated the Yankees, and Yankee fans have always, they've not hated the Red Sox. They've kind of pitied them up until this century. I can't imagine my baseball career without that experience. It's Auburn, Alabama football. It's Cowboys, Steelers. It's one of the greatest rivalries in sports.
The Brett Boone Podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, here to tell you about my new podcast, Search Engine. On Search Engine, we tackle the kinds of questions that keep you up at night. Like, why are drug dealers putting fentanyl in everything? Should we be worried that Elon Musk believes that we're living in a simulation? And, for the love of God, is it actually unsafe to drink the coffee on airplanes? On Search Engine, no question is too big and no question is too small. Listen and follow Search Engine with PJ Vogt and Odyssey Podcast. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, did you know Vistaprint prints everything a small business needs? Like if a barbershop needs signage, we print outdoor signs, posters, and banners. Or if a ballet school needs merch.
1, 2,
We print tote bags, t-shirts, hoodies, hats. Or if a coffee shop needs a total refresh,
Lattes for Mike?
Vistaprint designs logos and prints it on menus, mugs, paper bags, anything. Because with Vistaprint, the printabilities are endless. Print it all with 25% off for new customers with code NEW25 at Vistaprint.com.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Red Sox review after the game on 93.7 WEEI. This is...
And the Boston Red Sox are the world champions.
Red Sox baseball.
And it is good!
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For the first time in 86 years.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh. Catches Law Group, New England's injury law pros at catcheslaw.com.
And it's gone!
Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mass Mutual. Insurance, planning, investments. Sponsored by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipeline.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Big Y World-Class Market. It's more than food. It's my Big Y. Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
Looking up, grand slam!
By Mike's Amazing, the official mayonnaise of the Boston Red Sox. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
We're going to drive to left field. There are a couple runs way gone.
Arbella, here for good. And by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Long gone into the monster seats.
Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Holy cow!
Sponsored by Sherwin-Williams. Savings and support start day one. Unlock the Pro Advantage at swproplus.com today. Sponsored by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Joe Castiglione and Will Fleming.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fenway Park, where there's more than a hint of fall in the air. Temperature in the low 60s as the Red Sox get set to begin their final homestand of 2023. They are 500 at home, 38-38 and 3 under 500, 75 and 78 overall, 2 behind the fourth-placed Yankees. The White Sox come in reeling. They are 58 and 95, one of the big disappointments in the game. They've lost 9 of their last 12, 14 of 19, while the Red Sox have dropped 6 of 7 and 8 of 10. Both teams going pretty much with regular lineups, at least among the healthy people, as they get set to meet for the first time since June, when the White Sox took 2 out of 3 from Boston at Chicago. So, Red Sox and the White Sox getting ready to go on a pleasant evening, other than it's a little bit on the cool side. And Will Fleming now is the starting lineups.
Indeed, and it's fall is most certainly in the air, and pitch black skies over Fenway Park. We were hoping to avoid rain tonight. It looks like a messy weekend in store, as so often has been the case all summer long here at Fenway Park. But the Red Sox come home, as Joe says, for the final time. The starting lineups brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. The Chicago White Sox have not done much well at all this season. Tim Anderson is really having one of the worst years of his career. He is in there tonight as the leadoff man and the shortstop. He has gotten hot at the plate of late. Anderson leads it off ahead of Yoan Moncada, who's one of the key pieces traded for the man starting for the Red Sox tonight. Chris Sale. Moncada has had an up and down and injury plague time with the Chicago White Sox. The talent undeniable, and he too is swinging a hot bat. He bats second. He's at third base. Luis Robert Jr., one of the great young players in the game. He's hit 37 home runs this season. He bats third. He is a freak athlete, and he'll play center field for the White Sox. Eloy Jimenez is the designated hitter. He cleans up. Andrew Vaughn will play first base and bat fifth. Elvis Andrus is at second base. He bats in the sixth hole. And then Trace Thompson, who just came over in July in a deal with the LA Dodgers, is the right fielder, and he bats seventh. Zach Remillard in left field batting eighth. And Corey Lee catches and bats ninth for Pedro Grifol, his first year at the helm of these White Sox, who seem to always, no matter the manager, the roster, these last several years just mired in turmoil and all kinds of stories of bad clubhouse chemistry going on throughout the game. The White Sox tore it down at the deadline and moved on from their longtime general manager, Rick Hahn, and they will move in a new direction beginning in this offseason. Meantime, for Alex Cora and the Red Sox, 75 and 78. The Red Sox now with 9 games remaining and 3 games below 500. They'll start it off with Ceddanne Rafaela, who's going to make his first career start at second base. Rafaela has hit the ball well in his first few weeks in the big leagues. He leads off. He is at second base. Raffy Devers got red hot on the road trip. He's the third baseman. He's got 33 home runs and is 2 RBI shy of 100. Devers bats second. He's the third baseman. Justin Turner is really working on one wheel. He is so hobbled, but pushing through. And he too is closing in on a major milestone. 95 runs batted, and Turner looking for the first time to drive in 100 in his career. Alex Verdugo cleans up for the Red Sox. He is in right field. Adam Duvall is the center fielder for the Red Sox, batting fifth. He launched his 20th home run in the finale that gave the Red Sox a 3-0 lead. They would end up losing that game 15-5 to close out a very tough road trip between Texas and Toronto. Devers leads the Red Sox out onto the diamond. Bobby Dahlbeck begins the warm-up tosses with Story and Rafaela. The Sox in the red tops above white pants. And here comes Chris Sale, as ever the last man out of the Red Sox dugout, who really pitched his last time out. He did not have much of his fastball, but Sale found a way to get through 6 one-run innings in Toronto. He was excellent, especially with the slider. After Duvall in center, Masataka Yoshida is in left field batting 6th. Trevor Story, the shortstop, bats 7th. Bobby Dahlbeck, red hot in Texas. He gets another start. He's at first base batting 8th. And then Connor Wong catches Sale, and he bats 9th. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm. Just about ready to go. Here's Sale completing his warm-up tosses. It is unseasonably cool. And yet, as ever, Chris with the shirt sleeves on. He is just about ready to go, working with Connor Wong. Time and temp brought to you by Window Nation. The official temperature in downtown Boston, 65 degrees. It feels chillier than that. A light breeze blowing here at Fenway Park. Protect and increase the value of your home today. Call 866-90-NATION or go online at windownation.com. Well, for the first time in a Red Sox uniform, from second base, Ceddanne Rafaela comes to the bag to catch the throw down from Connor Wong. It is there, and the Red Sox looking to start their final homestand of the season on a strong footing. Chris Sale facing the team that started his big league career, making him a first-round pick. He has pitched effectively against Chicago, and here he is on the mound against Tim Anderson. Red Sox and the White Sox, first of 3 at Fenway, and as Chris rubs up the baseball in 2 bare hands, for the play-by-play, the Red Sox Hall of Famer, here's Joe Castiglione.
Thank you very much, Will. Sale is 2-1 He had 4 starts against his old team with an ERA of just under 4. He rocks his first pitch. Here's a fastball wide to Tim Anderson, who's had a very tough time of it this year. Hitting .252 with 1 homer, 25 RBIs, and that includes a 10-game hitting streak, which he's still going on. Swing and a miss as he actually tips that one back. 62 degrees. Sale, as always, pitching in the shirt sleeves. Pitch there with the short sleeves when it's 32 degrees. 1-1 pitch coming to Anderson. The right-hand batter swings and misses at a high breaking ball. Sale had a very good slider in his last outing, and Alex Cora said he was very effective at changing the shapes on it. The quick slider for strikeouts and big slider to get ahead. The pitch, swing and a foul tip. He just did a piece of it off the catcher's shin guard. Connor Wong behind the plate tonight. Home plate umpire is Shane Livensparger. Mark Rippiger at first base. David Arrieta at second, and Dan Bellino at third. Red Sox and the White Sox. And the pitch is swung on lash, foul. First base side out of play. Decent crowd on hand, still filing in, although plenty of room if you're in the neighborhood. White Sox trying to avoid a 100-loss season. Here's the pitch, and it's way outside. They were disappointing last year, and this year they had high hopes of the new manager and some additions, but it fell flat right away. Been a real struggle to pitch. Way outside. This with a slider that hardly broke. So he's gone full house to Tim Anderson. He's got a no decision when the Red Sox blew a lead in his most recent start. That was at Toronto when he went 6 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 10 Ks. The 3-2 pitch. Showing the line foul off the screen behind the plate. Anderson out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He's a former AL batting champ. You wouldn't know it looking at the numbers this year, though. 3-2 pitch coming once again. The 9th pitch of this at bat. And he swings and misses at a high rider. Got him. Ooh, that was 95, up and away. Not a strike, but he chased it.
He didn't have that in his last start.
So we'll see if that can continue. 1 down for Yohan Moncada, the former Red Sox property. Moncada has had an injury-plagued season, playing at third, where he's been one of their better defenders. 9 homers, hitting .260 with 38 RBIs. Switch hitter from the right side now, takes a cutter. Slider actually down and in. He did not offer at it, says the first base umpire. On the check swing, it's ball 1. Red Sox wearing their black jerseys, gray pants. The Red Sox are the Friday Night Reds. Line drive, base hit, left field. That was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball over the plate. And Moncada, who has outstanding speed, singles to left field. White Sox have really struggled in every facet of the game. They are 12th in hitting at .240, 11th in home runs at .164, and 3rd from the bottom in pitching with a .495 ERA. Now here's one of their few bright spots, Luis Robert Jr., who has 37 home runs. Despite that, he's only driven in 79, and he takes outside ball 1. He's hitting at .264. Roberts won a Gold Glove in 2020. Hoping to win another this year, although their defense has been pretty brutal most of the way. The 1-0 pitch is outside, so 2 of the worst defensive teams in the league meeting here. Pedro Cafal, their manager, wants to stress fundamentals, but it's been a real shortcoming this year for Chicago. 2-0 pitch. Slider down and in by his back foot. Undoubtedly he'll have the green light here. Eloy Jimenez on deck. 3-0 pitch coming. And it's in there for a strike. Well, reports this team being dysfunctional. Some clubhouse issues. Despite the tough season, the Red Sox have not had that.
No.
Here's the 3-1. It's a strike. Fastball over the inside corner. Their new general manager, Chris Getz, who is a former Major League player and a utility infielder, has stated that Pedro Grifal will be back next season to serve the second year on his contract. The 3-2 pitch coming. And he takes strike 3 call over the outside edge of fastball at 95. I don't know whether he was looking for something else, but that was right there. 2 strikeouts for Chris, and here's Eloy Jimenez, who's also had several injuries, hitting a .271 with 17 homers. Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. For every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher, Arbella Insurance Foundation donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Arbella here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. And there's a ball inside, missing with a high fastball to the right-hand batter. Red Sox had hopes of contending this year, especially in that subpar Central Division, but the challenge, swing and a miss at a pitch away. Good changeup. Which has had a pretty good changeup lately. Moncada showed no inclination to run. He's being held out by Bobby Dahlbeck at first. 2-out runner at first. Chris delivers home. And is swinging a high fly, right center field. Hit pretty well. Back toward the bullpen. Verdugo now comes in a step and makes the catch. He got it down near the end of the bat. Hit it well enough to get it to the track, and retired after half an inning. Chicago 0, Boston coming up on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
The world needs ways to reduce carbon emissions.
We're working on solutions in our own operations.
Like carbon capture.
And clean energy from hydrogen.
So, who are we?
Believe it or not, ExxonMobil. And our solutions could help industries like manufacturing,
commercial transportation,
and power generation too.
Heavy industry with low emissions. Let's deliver.
Learn more at ExxonMobil.com.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
To all the pros out there, what's this week's project? Whatever it is, you're gonna need to clean up the dirty, greasy mess that's left behind. But you're not worried, because pros know Green gets it clean, so you can get back to work. Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner has the strength to power through even the toughest cleaning job. You handle the project, we'll handle the mess. Visit simplegreen.com to learn more.
It was your father's leather chair, and his father's before that. It's where you can sink back from a busy day and enjoy some well-crafted comfort. Which is why you also choose Bank Rhode Island. Because with the straightforward delivery of services and our commitment to serve with integrity and trust, you have a bank committed to craft the comfort of a better banking experience. It's banking well-crafted from Bank RI. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Justin Turner. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Out of the first inning, and Red Sox will send up Cedon Rafaela playing at second base. And the first pitch is low ball one from Tuki Toussaint, the right-hander, well-traveled. He's bounced around from several organizations. This year overall is 4-7 with a 5.40 ERA, a ground foul to the backstop. He's got a great curveball, but is wild. He's averaged over 6 walks per 9 innings, second worst in the American League. He's a ground ball pitcher. Almost 50% of balls put in play on the ground. Ground ball hit to third. Moncada has it on an easy hop and fires wide, but the first baseman, Vaughn, hangs onto the bag, stretching toward the Red Sox dugout for the out. Rafaela up there 305 with 2 homers. He is retired 5-3, and here's Raffy. Just 2 RBIs short of 100. He's had 33 homers, hitting at .275. Player of the week last week in the American League. Red Sox fired their president, Kenny Williams, and their general manager, Rick Hahn, away for a ball. about a month ago when Chris Getz took over. He'd been in the organization, former utility infielder. 1-0 pitch, bringing a foul to the backstop. They brought in some front office help, including Brian Bannister, who was with the Red Sox for a couple of years as senior advisor to pitching. Gene Watson is director of player personnel. Those announcements made today. And Josh Barfield, Jesse's son, who utility infielder for, foul to the left out of play for San Diego and others in Cleveland. And he, after working 9 seasons with Arizona, last 4 as director of player development, joins the front office staff. 1-2 pitch is outside. The White Sox lost one of their top front office people, one of the great scouts ever in baseball, Dave Yoakum, who passed away a couple of months ago after a battle with cancer. Dave was a great scout for several clubs, including Toronto and then the White Sox. Line drive, right field, base hit over the head of the second baseman. And Raffy breaks an 0 for 7 with a bullet into right. Dave was a wonderful scout. Very highly regarded in the game. Became assistant general manager of the White Sox. Jerry Reinsdorf and the White Sox are having a celebration of life in memory of Dave Yoakum in November at their ballpark in Chicago. So 1 on, 1 out, and here comes Justin Turner batting at .280 with 23 homers. Needs 5 RBIs to hit 100. And he takes a fastball for a strike from Tuki Toussaint, who is of Haitian descent. He was born in Florida, moved to Haiti for a couple of years, and then back to Florida where he played high school ball. He was recruited by Vanderbilt, was going to sign, but they got a #1 draft pick. There's a call strike. So signed a pro contract. And been pretty well traveled. With the Braves, Houston. And the White Sox got him on waivers. The 0-2. He swung on, poked on a soft line to second. The throw back to first, safe. Soft liner hit to Andres, the second baseman. So Turner is out. Raffy got back to first as we're in the safe flight under glass part of the batting order for any home run. Red Sox batters 3 through 6. Safe flight donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Here's Verdugo now down to 268 with 13 homers and 54 driven in, hitting in the cleanup spot again, as he did in Texas. That one sinks down and away, ball 1. No score at the bottom of the first at Fenway Park. 62 degrees on a clear, cool Friday night. Last Friday home game of the year. The pitch. Change up down and in. Devers singles 111 miles an hour off the bat. Two balls and no strikes to Verdugo in the pitch. There's a strike, got a heater in there over the inner half at 94. Red Sox at home are 500, 38 and 38. The White Sox have been horrendous on the road. 28 wins, 50 losses. 2-1. Taken high. The count goes to 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike with 2 out. Toussaint delivers some to set and leaves it low. This with the splitter, and it's ball 4. So the Red Sox have runners at first and second, and here comes Adam Duvall. Red Sox have been fundamentally unsound most of the year, not hitting cutoff men from the outfield. Very erratic play in the infield. And the pitching, not what they expected. This is the second start that Toussaint has made against the Red Sox. There's a strike. Suffered the loss on September 2nd of 2018 with Atlanta. He was with Atlanta going against Boston. 1-5 4 overall against the AL East in his career. Pitch home, and the ball swings and fouls a curve over by the first base dugout. Bouncing to the first base coach, Kyle Hudson. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on in the last of the first in a scoreless game at Fenway. Toussaint is ready. And the pitch. Check swing, curve in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, and it's a ball at 2 strikes. Today, the White Sox put the former Red Sox flame-throwing farmhand Michael Kopech on the injured list. He has a knee issue. He's going to have surgery, have a cyst removed. He had a disappointing season. 1-2 pitch. Swing, a ground ball foul, third base side. Of course, they lost their closer, Liam Hendricks, who came back battling lymphoma and seemed to have turned the corner and then hurt his elbow and had Tommy John surgery. Santos, who filled in as a closer, is now out with an elbow issue. Their bullpen's been a mess. A 1-2. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, and the Red Sox are retired. They strand 2. No score after 1 on the Shaw Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
On the giant angry beaver's big damn birthday, it migrates to Duluth Trading and gnaws down prices. Discounts this big only happen once a year, so don't wait. The deals will soon scurry onward. Shh. Do you hear that? It's an invitation to save on Duluth Trading favorites. Go online or head into a Duluth Trading store. Isn't nature beautiful?
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This is like a rude awakening for Belichick. The defense doesn't really beat offense in the NFL anymore. And he's like one of the last people, I guess probably out of arrogance because he wants to win his way post-Brady. He can have games that kind of go his way, and he's still on the losing end of things because just the players for the other teams are just too much.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. When you need to know what's happening, it's time to get in the huddle.
Nobody's picking the Colts to win the Super Bowl, so let's just go learn, right?
Well, this is always going to happen. Jim Irsay's calling all the shots there, and the honky-tonk man didn't draft this kid where they drafted this kid to have him look great in practice and look awesome running the scout team. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's play this Minshew cat or whatever on Sunday. Like, no way.
Listen and subscribe to In the Huddle, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Not all water heaters are made equally. Some can be temperamental. Some can be unreliable and don't even think about what happens if you have neighbors downstairs.
Why is it raining inside my apartment?
Not with a Navien tankless water heater. You'll never run out of hot water. You only heat water when you need it, saving you tons in utility costs. Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com to learn more.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And Javon leading off at the top of the second. No score here in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Lexus of Sharon and Lexus of Hingham. On a right-hand batter, 260 with 20 homers. He's driven in 77. Chris Sale works home, and Cutter's in there for a strike. 0-1. That was the quicker slider, actually. Going at 74. Sale struck out 2 in the first inning. Here's the pitch, and he swings and dribbles a foul off the end of the bat toward the first base dugout. So Sale jumps ahead 0-2. That was a good changeup. And the 0-2 is a breaking ball low, bounced off home plate. Wong is catching, Dahlbeck at first, Rafaela at second base. His first start there. Story at short, Devers at third with Yoshida, Duvall, and Verdugo left to right in the outfield. It's a 1-2 pitch, and it dips low and away. Our league leaders are circling the drain, presented by Drains by James, Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining, both residential and commercial. At drainsbyjames.com, they give a poop about your pipes. What a race in the AL West. 2-2 pitch. Hard slider down and in, so the count has gone full. In the AL West, Houston is a half a game in front of both Seattle and Texas. That's how close it is. And one of those teams likely to stay home. That's Toronto falls. 3-2 pitch. Fastball a little outside and high at 94, and it's ball 4. So a leadoff walk brings up Elvis Andrus, the former Ranger at Oakland Athletic, well-traveled veteran.
And it has a chance to be a great weekend for the Astros, too, because the Rangers are playing the Mariners, and Houston hosts Kansas City.
So they could open up some ground there. Andrus, the veteran, 6 homers, 42 RBIs, hitting a .254. If he's expected to play as much as he has, but he too has not had a very good defensive year. He always was very steady playing shortstop for the Rangers for so many years. He takes a strike. Sale, of course, drafted #1 by the White Sox out of Florida Gulf Coast University. Came up as a closer with him. Pitch. Swinging a high pop fly, shallow right field. Along the foul line, Dahlbeck going back, and he dropped it. Bobby Dahlbeck with his back to home plate, got a glove on it, couldn't hang on. No play, no error given. He had to go a distance for it. So it's 0-2. And a broken bat. Andrus gets a new one.
I think that's one thing that Tristan Casas did extremely well this year. Those balls over his head out onto the warning track. He did a great job, oftentimes with his back to the plate, making catches.
Now, Scar said the pregame he really wants to see a lot of Dahlbeck in right field. Played some there in the second half of the season with Worcester. He was the White Sox MVP this season. The 0-2 pitch, Andrus takes a fastball in tight.
Chad Tracy told Alex that he totally looked the part out there. Plenty athletic, good range.
He's in good shape. Of course, he played third. He pitched as a closer in college in Arizona. 1-2 deal. Swing ground ball left side by the diving Devers. That's a base hit. Vaughn stops at second. Raffy to his left. Came up just a little bit short on the dive. So they have runners at first and second with nobody out for Thompson, the right fielder. Two was not expected to be a regular in their lineup when the season began. They've had issues at right field. So 2 men on and nobody out. Thompson acquired from the Dodgers. Hitting a .244 with a homer in 17. It make that 167 with 6 homers. That one's outside. He's knocked in 16. Right-hand batter. Ronald Acuna Jr. has done it again. He led off today's game against Washington with a home run, his 40th. So 40 home runs, and he's a 40-40 man. There's a swing and a pop-up. Foul territory. Wong coming back, looking up, and it's into the stands.
Yep, 67 steals, so I'm sure he'll get 3 more before the year is over.
Joins Alfonso Soriano, the Yankees, Alex Rodriguez, the Yankees, Barry Bonds, and Jose Canseco's the only members of the 40-40 club. He may be the only one of the 40-70 club. It's 3 more steals to get there, but another leadoff homer. Remarkable. The 1-1. Swinging a pop foul to the right again, out of play.
I know it doesn't work like this in baseball. We've seen it year after year. Wild cards win it all the time. And teams get hot late. I don't care about the history of it. To me, the Braves are a significant favorite to win the World Series. They're the best team.
They should be, but they had to put Fried back on the IL today, Max Fried. He's had a couple of stints there now. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. That should be a strike. It is. Home plate umpire Livensparger is a style master with a strike call. It takes a while to get it going. That's the third strikeout. And here's Zach Remillard. He's a utility-type player. Manager Fall loved his hustle, and that's why he's in the big leagues after a long minor league career. Right-hand batter takes a strike over the inside corner. 7 of his last 46, so he's at 244. After hitting early, he struggled. 1 homer. Two on, 1 out. The 0-1. He waves at a pitch down and away. A changeup. He's had a good changeup. So 0-2 the count. Still trying to get out of this jam, and he gets a swing and a miss. 3 pitches and down he goes. That was a slider. As Remlinger fans, 29-year-old rookie. And he had never played in the big leagues till this season. Entire time in the White Sox system. So that's 4 punch outs, and here's Corey Lee, their catcher, former #1 pick of the Houston Astros. They got him in a midseason trade for Kendall Graveman. There's a backdoor slider in there for a strike, and it's 0-1 to this right-hand batter. Remillard is out of the Albany area, in college ball at Coastal Carolina. Lee takes a breaking ball low. As a big leaguer this year, 1 homer, 3 RBIs, hitting at .082. He had limited duty. Made his debut with Houston very briefly last season, late in the year. 2 on, 2 out now, and the pitch. Here's another backdoor slider, and this one a little high perhaps. Or at least 6'2", 210 pounds. They hope you provide them with some power. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a drive down the right field line toward the pesky pole, but slicing foul well short of the pole. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch count up to 41 now, where strikeouts do take their toll of the pitch count. He is from Escondido, California. First round pick of the Astros in 2019 out of Cal Berkeley. One of Will's favorite schools.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball foul, third base. Do they still call it the big game?
They do. It's been less big lately.
Yeah, I'll say.
New chapter begins, though, you know. New head coach, Troy Taylor, though they did lose by about 80 to USC, and then last week lost to Sacramento State.
They lost that game?
They did.
Oh, wow. How low can you go? 2-2 pitch. Swinging a drive to right field. Verdugo going back. Turns, he's there, and makes the catch to retire the side. DeSale lets the first 2 batters on, gets the next 3, and after 1.5, no score on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This is like a rude awakening for Belichick. The defense doesn't really beat offense in the NFL anymore. And he's like one of the last people, I guess probably out of arrogance because he wants to win his way post-Brady. He can have games that kind of go his way, and he's still on the losing end of things because just the players for the other teams are just too much.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Greetings, podcast listeners. This is world-renowned, self-proclaimed couples therapist, Dr. Sheila. And I'd like to invite all of you to experience my couples therapy podcast, Say More. On the pod, I talk to couples, and you get to listen in on other people's problems and then feel better about your own.
Say More with Dr. Sheila features Amy Poehler as Dr. Sheila. Listen and follow to Say More with Dr. Sheila on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No matter where you live, work, or play in Miami-Dade County, your daily actions impact the marine wildlife and water quality of Biscayne Bay. Learn how you can be Biscayne Bay friendly at miamidade.gov/Biscayne Bay.
There's someone in your community who's an unsung hero and deserves recognition, then we want to hear their story so we can give them the Community Hero Award. Nominate your hero for the Community Hero Award presented by the Greg Hill Foundation and Chick-fil-A at thegreghillfoundation.org/heroes.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Yoshida leading off the Red Sox in the last of the second inning. Herb Chambers batting order brought to you by Herb Chambers, Lexus of Sharon and Lexus of Hingham. Also Audi Burlington and Audi Brookline. So here we go with Yoshida, 285, which is still fifth overall, 15 homers, 70 RBIs, and he takes ball one low. Yoshida completing the Safe Flight Autoglass part of the order for home runs by batters 3 through 6. Safe Flight donates $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Pitch on its way, and it dips a little bit low. No score in the last of the second. White Sox have left 3 men already. The Red Sox 2 in the first. Toussaint delivers and leaves it inside. Toussaint was the #1 pick out of Coral Springs High School in Florida by the Arizona Diamondbacks, but never did pitch for them. He was traded to the Braves, where he debuted in 2018. Since his pitch for the Angels, Cleveland, and now the White Sox as the count goes to 3-1 to Massa. 3-1 pitch is swung on, topped on the ground to second base. Easy hop for Andres to his left, and he throws him out 4-3. 1 down. Shaw's and Star Market have been rewarding their customers all summer long with unforgettable Boston experiences and free groceries during the Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. From junior broadcasters to honorary bat kids to trip to see our favorite team in New York. And on Sunday, this Sunday, if a Boston player hits a Grand Slam, the sweepstakes finalists will win free groceries for a year. It's always a Grand Slam with Shaw's and Star Market. So, pretty good deal. Strike one call to Trevor Story, who's at 177 with 2 homers. And a check swing roller up the first base side. If it stays fair, it's trouble, but it's picked up foul by the pitcher. Toussaint reached down and grabbed it to keep it in foul ground. We will check the Subaru of New England scoreboard with so much to love. You don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. For complete details and to find authorized Subaru retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. 0-2 the count. Toronto and Tampa Bay, the showdown. Rays trailing Baltimore by a game and a half, have a quick 1-0 lead here. Baltimore, meanwhile, at Cleveland tied at 2 in the second inning. The 0-2 pitch, and Trevor takes a little bit low with his sinking fastball. Tampa Bay now batting in the bottom of the 5th against Toronto. Brewers rolling over the Marlins 12-0 in the last of the 3rd at Miami. There's a swing, a line drive over second base into center field, a base hit. Solid hit for Story, breaks the recent 0-4-7 drought. 1 out for Bobby Dahlbeck with his first home run Wednesday at Texas. Yankees and Diamondbacks, no score in the bottom of the 3rd in New York. A big game for Arizona, who went into today's play tied with the Cubs for the 3rd wild card spot. They'll have to win to stay there because the Cubs playing Colorado 6-0. Bobby D takes an inside sinking fastball low for ball 1. Now the Guardians have scored again and moved ahead of Baltimore 3-2 in the second inning. Cleveland. Guardians won last night's game, the opener of that 4-game series. Throw the first runner dies back safely. 1 on, 1 out in the home half of the second inning at Fenway Park on this Friday night, the last Friday home game of the season. Red Sox playing the Friday night Reds. The 1-0 pitch is a little bit low. 2-0 to Bobby D. 33 home runs at Worcester this year. It was voted the Red Sox most valuable player. They wind up their season Sunday. The pitches in their first strike. Had a chance last Sunday to witness their final home game of the year. They beat Syracuse, and they wound up drawing over 512,000 this year. Remarkable. 2-1, the runner goes, and they have him picked off. Toussaint throws to the second baseman, who runs him back, and the first baseman Vaughn tags out Story. He left way too soon. Toussaint didn't react right away, but he must have heard somebody yell, and he fired to the second baseman. So 1-4-3 on the out. Story is in effect picked off. They'll go as a caught stealing in the books. 4-3, 2 down. It's unusual for Story. He's a very good base runner. 2 balls and a strike to count. Toussaint delivers. Fastball in on the hands. He held up on the swing. 3 balls and a strike to Dahlbeck. As we mentioned earlier, said he will play some right field. The pitch, swinging a foul to the right. That's how to play.
He looked like a totally different hitter. And I know it's only 3 games in Texas and the finale in Toronto. Simple, more compact swing.
Well, the strikeouts are going to be there, but certainly hope the power continues. There's another foul. We need home runs everywhere at Worcester. Left, right, center, up the gaps. Yankees take a 3-0 lead over Arizona. Aaron Judge 3-run homer. 420 feet to center. Here's the pitch home. And a line drive, leaping catch made by the third baseman Moncada. He climbed the ladder and got up there to grab it with a one-hand stab to retire Dahlbeck and the Red Sox after 2-0-0 in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
When you need to know what's happening, it's time to get in the huddle.
The big question is Desmond Ridder. The problem that I think a lot of fans are having and looking at Desmond Ridder is they just haven't seen enough. They want to trust him. They want to believe. But I will tell you this, Jason, in the training camp sessions that I had a chance to go check out, the one thing that bothered me was his aggressiveness to throw the football when he needed to.
Listen and subscribe to In the Huddle, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast. The Brett Boone Podcast and guest Kurt Schilling.
Like that energy the fans brought made it what it was. And Red Sox fans have always hated the Yankees, and Yankee fans have always, they've not hated the Red Sox. They've kind of pitied them up until this century. I can't imagine my baseball career without that experience. It's Auburn, Alabama football. It's Cowboys, Steelers. It's one of the greatest rivalries in sports.
The Brett Boone Podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Herb Chambers offers everyone from rookie drivers to Hall of Fame commuters the most choices in New England. With 35 brands, we have the largest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. Visit Herb Chambers today, where the choice is yours.
Attention sleepers, it's officially cozy season. Snuggle up to savings on select Casper mattresses and more during our fall asleep sale. Save up to $600 on select mattresses, like the Wave Hybrid Snow, with advanced ergonomic support and cooling technology. Or the original Hybrid, with its best-selling balance of comfy springs and foam. Plus, get up to 25% off adjustables, furniture, and bundles that might just be cozier than your favorite socks. Don't snooze. This sale will be gone before you know it. Visit Casper.com or store near you today. Exclusions apply. See Casper.com/promo.
The Rich Keefe Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
0-0 as we move to the third, and for the play-by-play, here is Will Fleming.
Hey, thanks so much, Joe. Tim Anderson did that for the second time. Struck out swinging. Chris, first time through the order, fanned 4. Did a very nice job. Working out of a second inning jam and has his fastball velocity back tonight. The pitch to Anderson is a slider that's been a real weapon for him. And bends in there for strike 1. It's almost impossible to fathom that Anderson could struggle as much as he has at the plate. 0-1 is a swing and a miss. He fooled him badly there again on another slider. Anderson way out in front. And this guy, truly one of the great hitters in the game for a number of years. A clutch player. Has fallen off this season. 0-2. Pitch is just down and in. 16 career leadoff homers for Anderson. Not quite Ronald Acuna numbers, but or Mookie for that matter.
But no power this year, just 1 home run.
Wild. All kinds of spats on and off the field, too. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a great slider. Sale has fanned Anderson twice. 5 overall. And one away, here comes Yoan Moncada. I mean, Anderson won the batting championship 4 seasons ago. He hit .335 that year. In fact, he had a run of 4 straight seasons hitting above 300. And that will end this year. Here's the pitch to Moncada, batting from the right side against Sale. And another slider this time misses outside for ball 1. Moncada, then Robert in the Herb Chambers batting order. 1-0 to Moncada, who just robbed Bobby Dahlbeck, is a changeup that misses ball 2. Herb Chambers Mercedes-Benz of Boston, Mercedes-Benz of Natick, and flagship motor cars of Linfield. 1 down, nobody aboard. In the top of the third, it's a clear, beautiful fall night at Fenway. 2-0 is a strike on the inside corner. And it's 2-1. Is today actually like the first official day of fall?
I believe it's tomorrow.
You can tell I monitor those things. 2-1 is looped down the right field line, but foul and out of play. And it's 2-2. Moncada and Sale forever linked.
Actually, early tomorrow morning, 2:50 a.m.
Ooh.
It's autumn.
It's the 2-2. And that is inside. You're going to be up to celebrate a call to strike, actually. Shane Livensparger waits forever, but he rings up Moncada. Back-to-back strikeouts for Chris, 6 overall. And here's Luis Robert. 2:35, huh?
Actually, it'd be more morning when summer's over. Not celebrating fall.
Indeed. Well, that's what Florida's for. Here's the pitch to Robert, and he takes a slider for a strike. Chris is spinning it again today. Man, he's really got it working. Fun couple of starts in a row for him. 0-1. Chris throws. And Robert takes a changeup outside, 1-1.
Winter begins December 21st at 10:27 a.m.
And
that's
that
when we
day,
really go in the morning.
That day the sun will set at like 4.
Yeah. So depressing.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a foul on the first base side. Ooh. That hit the top of the banner scoreboard on the mezzanine level and then skipped into the seats. I hope everybody's okay down there. It knocked a beer onto a beautiful pink sweater. Barbie night, and Barbie just got hit with a beer.
Kenway Park.
Kenway. 1-2 is a little bit outside with a slider. 2-2. There's some smattering of pink in the seats. That fan is also blonde, looking the part. 2-2. Sale from the belt into that wind he throws, and he misses somewhere. Even Robert was walking back to the dugout. He thought he'd taken strike 3, but called a ball, and it's 3-2. Everybody in the ballpark except for the umpire thought that was strike 3. And with how long he waits, it's hard to tell. 3-2 pitch is foul from the first base side. Look out, man. Robert is just peppering these fans. 3 steals away this season from becoming the second ever White Sox player to have 35 homers, 35 doubles, and 20 steals. He really is a remarkable talent. 3-2. Swinging a liner into right field. Verdugo, though, has it sized up over to his left. He's there to make the play. Hitting over. Very nicely done for Sale. 3 up, 3 down. No score. Wong, Rafaela, and Rafi. Right after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Brett Boone Podcast and guest Kurt Schilling.
Like that energy the fans brought made it what it was. And Red Sox fans have always hated the Yankees, and Yankee fans have always, they've not hated the Red Sox. They've kind of pitied them up until this century. I can't imagine my baseball career without that experience. It's Auburn, Alabama football. It's Cowboys, Steelers. It's one of the greatest rivalries in sports.
The Brett Boone Podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, here to tell you about my new podcast, Search Engine. On Search Engine, we tackle the kinds of questions that keep you up at night. Like, why are drug dealers putting fentanyl in everything? Should we be worried that Elon Musk believes that we're living in a simulation? And, for the love of God, is it actually unsafe to drink the coffee on airplanes? On Search Engine, no question is too big and no question is too small. Listen and follow Search Engine with PJ Vogt and Odyssey Podcast. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1 in 3 Massachusetts residents is struggling with hunger. With inflation and the high cost of living in the region, families are struggling to put food on their table. And thousands are turning to the Greater Boston Food Bank and their network to help make ends meet. With more people turning to them, the Greater Boston Food Bank needs your support now more than ever to help provide healthy food for local residents. Just $1 helps provide 2 meals. Take action today to help our neighbors in need by donating to the Greater Boston Food Bank at gbfb.org/donate.
Injuries impact everything from football to daily life. Catches Law Group, the official law firm of the New England Patriots, brings you the key injury updates every Patriots Monday, Friday, and football Sunday. Been injured? You pay nothing unless Catches wins at catcheslaw.com.
Hi, this is Adam Duvall. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Connor Wong to lead it off against Touki Toussaint. His first pitch curveball in there for strike 1 to Wong. Well, it's another good Friday night crowd. We've had them all year long in spite of mostly awful weather. The home weekends, so much rain this summer. The 0-1 to Connor is a little bit high. Curveball, and it's 1-1. Connor scuffling at the plate. 1 for his last 21. He'd gotten hot for a couple of weeks before that. You always wonder whether the wear and tear of catching so often does add up. The 1-1 is a strike with a good curveball from Toussaint. And it's 1-2. No score in the bottom of the third. Wong at 241, 9 homers, 36 driven in. As ever, an open stance, both eyes on the pitcher. Toussaint throws, and Connor takes outside. Breaking ball, 2-2. Long waits. Toussaint taking forever, as so many pitchers are these days. As we wind down, he's in danger of a violation. Clock is at 1. He throws, and Connor takes a curveball off the plate and in. And it's 3-2. Fascinating discussions going on down the stretch. Will it be Acuna to win the National League MVP? I think it's overwhelmingly likely that will occur. The 3-2 is fouled off. Unreal seasons for Mookie and Freddie Freeman and Matt Olson with 50 home runs. I think most people think Garrett Cole has a great chance to win the American League Cy Young. Here's the 3-2. That is strike 3 called on the outside corner. Wong knew it. Second punch out for Toussaint, and back to the top of the order for Cedon Rafaela.
Major League Baseball does not say we'll use neutral clock operators for the pitch count and so forth during postseason play. They're assessing who the best people are.
Does that imply that they haven't been neutral all year?
Well, it might be in there somewhere.
Here's Rafaela. He swings and drives one into the gap in left center field, but over and to his left is Remillard. Cedon thought he had extra bases there, but a good running catch. And pitch 2 down.
And the clock operators will not be allowed to work games involving their home team.
Which I think makes a lot of sense. Because there is a little wiggle room. Good edge. Here's Devers. John Heyman put something out earlier today that absolutely marvelous about the year that Rafi's having against the top pitchers in the game. If it is Cole and Snell that win the Cy Youngs, wait till you hear his numbers against them as Devers takes a sinking fastball outside for ball 1. This season against Cole and Snell, Rafi 6 for 8 with 3 homers and a double. And there's more on that, 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's a good take. Always an encouraging sign. A fastball 2-0. Here are the numbers against the other kind of leading candidates. Cole and Steele and Strider and Wheeler and Gray and Gossman. 15 for 25 with 5 homers. Here's a 2-0 ground ball softly hit on the right side. He will be retired to end the inning, but he is at his best against the best. One of the things that makes him so very special. We go to the 4th inning. Red Sox and the White Sox scoreless at Fenway with Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Football season is finally back, and BetQL is here to help you win more consistently this year. BetQL is an absolute game changer if you're looking to find trends to help you win. Make smarter bets on spreads, totals, player props, and more. BetQL has already helped over 300,000 people with powerful analytics and community insights. Don't fumble away your cash this football season. Visit BetQL.com for their free daily analysis today. That's BetQL.com. BetQL.com.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This is like a rude awakening for Belichick. The defense doesn't really beat offense in the NFL anymore. And he's like one of the last people, I guess probably out of arrogance because he wants to win his way post-Brady. He can have games that kind of go his way, and he's still on the losing end of things because just the players for the other teams are just too much.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Attention sleepers, it's officially cozy season. Snuggle up to savings on select Casper mattresses and more during our fall asleep sale. Save up to $600 on select mattresses, like the Wave Hybrid Snow with advanced ergonomic support and cooling technology, or the original Hybrid with its best-selling balance of comfy springs and foam. Plus, get up to 25% off adjustables, furniture, and bundles that might just be cozier than your favorite socks. Don't snooze. This sale will be gone before you know it. Visit Casper.com or a store near you today. Exclusions apply. See Casper.com/promo.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Hello, Jimenez to lead off against Chris Sale, who pitched in Chicago until 2016. And the Red Sox went out and made the big splash to get him. Left-hander throws, and Jimenez cues one off the end of his bat on the first base line. Foul, and it's 0-1. Rafaela getting his first look at second base here at Fenway Park, and he's playing sort of toward the bag, a little bit off right. Hands on his hips, looking in. Best view in the house at Sale from behind the 0-1. He's grounded right to Cedon. He steps to his left a couple times, gloves and throws to first in time. It was impressive range on a new side of the bag for Rafaela. And one away for Andrew Vaughn. Sale has now sent down 7 in a row since a walk and a single opened things up in the second inning. Scoreless, each team with 2 hits. None have scored. Here's Vaughn, who did walk to begin that second inning. Jimenez, Vaughn, and Andrus in the Herb Chambers batting order. The pitch to Vaughn, low. Change up. In this inning, brought to you by Herb Chambers, BMW of Boston, Sudbury, and Medford. 1 ball, no strikes. Sale throws, and that's a strike with a really good slider, and it's 1-1. Just an absolutely crazy race. Really in both leagues for the wild cards. American League West is an insane divisional race. Three teams separated by half a game as the 1-1 is fouled off. Upper deck first base side. But then you throw in Toronto with those three AL West teams, and it's just going to be madness to the finish line. Toronto has tied Tampa Bay in the 6th inning. The 1-2 is fouled off on the first base side. Those games, of course, being played at Tropicana Field, which has just been an absolute disaster of late for the Red Sox. Orioles have gone ahead of the Guardians 4-3. The 1-2 is outside. That's some remaining drama from a Sox perspective is when we get to Baltimore next weekend for the Final Four, will the Orioles have everything locked up? If so, I think they will sort of tweak their rotation and set everything up for the playoffs. The 2-2 is low. The change up, and it's 3-2. Just last week, the city of St. Petersburg and the Tampa Bay Rays announced that they've agreed to terms on a new stadium deal. Right outside the existing Tropicana Field. 3-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. A slider. And Chris Sale has fanned 7. This has been fantastic again. Right, Elvis Andrus. Apparently the cost of the whole project, $1.3 billion. The Rays have committed to kick in $600 million or so. But it's not just the ballpark that's going in. Retail, restaurants, hotels, the new model.
Downtown St. Pete is booming.
It is. Here's the pitch to Andrus, right-handed hitter. Fastball outside, ball 1. If it ended today, the Rays and Jays would play in the opening round. Minnesota would host Texas. The Orioles would be waiting on those two AL East teams. 1-0 is a strike. Of course, so much can change. On the other side, where it gets wild for me is, imagine being the Philadelphia Phillies and have the year they have. The 1-1 is a little bit low. Philadelphia is 84-69. They're 15 games above 500, and they're 14 out in their division. 2-1, but they could play the Braves right away in the divisional round. The way it looks right now, 2-1 is fouled off on the first base side. 2 down, top 4, scoreless. Sox of different colors, red and white at Fenway here tonight. Story and Rafael away backed up. The 2-2 just inside. Fastball, 95 miles an hour. He's got that pitch. What's impressive about Sale tonight is he's got the velocity back, but he feels so good throwing the slider that he leans on it still. It's been a great weapon. 3-2, the pitch is a slider popped up foul side at first. That will make the chairs. And we'll do it again, 3-2. 5-3 now. O's in Cleveland. D-backs continue to trail the Yankees 3-0. And just about to begin the Rangers and Mariners. Here's a line drive into right field. Back on it goes Verdugo on the run. He is there to make the play. And the inning is over. Sale is rolling. We go to the bottom of the 4th, scoreless in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
It's the final days of summer. Don't let the sun set on your chance to drive home your dream car. Hurry into Flood Ford for limited time offers on new or pre-owned vehicles. Save as much as $14,000 off MSRP on a new Ford with 3.9% APR. Looking to trade? We're offering the highest trade-in values ever. Don't miss your chance to drive home your brand new Ford or pre-owned vehicle during the final days of summer event. Visit us in East Greenwich or Narragansett or online at floodauto.com.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later, because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're your local Dignity Memorial provider. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This is like a rude awakening for Belichick. The defense doesn't really beat offense in the NFL anymore. And he's like one of the last people, I guess probably out of arrogance because he wants to win his way post-Brady. he can have games that kind of go his way, and he's still on the losing end of things because just the players for the other teams are just too much.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Justin Turner to lead it off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the fourth, which is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Donate your car and help a child today. Turner, a career-best 95 runs batted in. He takes a splitter from Toussaint that misses outside for ball one. Turner lined out sharply his first time. Here, a little blooper on the right side of the infield. Back on it goes Vaughn. Over comes Andrews, and he's there to make the play. Diesel Direct question of the day brought to you by Diesel Direct, who remind you to stop wasting time at the Pumpkin on-site fuel with Diesel Direct. Predicting the Red Sox win total this season. Of course, coming into play today, 75 wins, 9 left. The preseason Vegas win total was 78.5. 3 with the White Sox, 2 with the Rays, and 4 with the O's. Will they meet their over-under? This preseason total as Alex Verdugo stands in. Verdugo walked his first time. Pitch is outside. Sinking fastball, 1-0. Verdugo was on top of the world with doubles for the first 3 months of the season. He's really cooled in August and September. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 3 more, he'd have a career high. Almost the identical total from a season ago, but he had 25 doubles in June. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss. A good curveball, and it's now 1-2. Pitch of the injury report in just a moment. To the Catches Law Group. Since '86, Catches has won over $2 billion for their injured clients. You never pay unless Catches wins. 1-2. Inside. You do wonder what's going through the mind of guys like Turner and Verdugo and Duvall this time of year. Final weekend homestand, Friday nights at Fenway. Of course, Alex has been a part of so many since coming over. Speculation swirling around his future here. 2-2. The pitch is high with fastball. And it's 3-2. If you're injured, get a free legal evaluation. 508-321-7000 or at catcheslaw.com. Kenley Jansen's back with the team. The 3-2 is outside. That is ball 4 Verdugo. He's walked twice. We have to look back. It's been a long while since Verdugo has walked twice in a game. Toussaint has just not given in to him. So now, here's Adam Duvall. 2 walks, both of them to Alex. His on-base percentage is .326. And for a guy who's such a good bat-to-ball hitter, should be higher than that. So should his batting average, really. It's dipped to .268. Here is Duvall. Struck out quickly his first time. 1 on, 1 out. Scoreless in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch, and it's looped into shallow left field. Coming on, Remillard, and he's going to get there to make that galloping catch. And 1 pitch, Duvall is gone. It has been since June the 7th that Verdugo walked twice in a game. And how about this? The walk tonight was his first since August the 28th. That's amazing. More competitive at bats tonight. So 2 down. Here is Yoshida. Verdugo still at first. Here's the pitch, and that is outside. Speaking of on base, I mean, Yoshida was near the league lead in that category for so much of the season, but that too has fallen off for him. Important offseason coming from Massa. 1-0, swinging a chopper on the first base side. There are a lot of those lately. And it's 1-1. Take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will and Joe at Fenway Park for the final time on a Friday night. 1-1 to Yoshida is a chopper to first. It's backhanded there by Vaughn. He'll take it himself to the bag and end the inning. Rolled over, and the inning comes to a close. Scoreless after 4 on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
A little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham. You almost killed me! Sylvester Stallone. You're welcome! Expendables 4 in theaters September 22nd.
If you or someone you know are having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call or text 988, or you can chat with us at 988lifeline.org. Trained crisis counselors are available to listen, support, and help. The 988 Lifeline is confidential, it's free, and it's available 24/7. And 988 can be for personal use or for a loved one you may be worried about who needs crisis support. Help is available. Speak with a crisis counselor today.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later, because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're your local Dignity Memorial provider. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
I'm a sushi chef. I also happen to be a cat. How'd I get here? Adobe Photoshop. It turned a cute kitty like me into a sashimi master. And it can make your images look amazing too. In just a few clicks, you can replace a boring background, swap out a so-so sky, and remove distractions like people and power lines. With Photoshop, everyone can. I love playing with this mouse. Click or tap the banner to visit Photoshop.com and pounce on your free trial today.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Fifth inning now. 4 quick innings without a run being scored. Trace Thompson will lead it off in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Jaguar Land Rover, Boston, Jaguar Land Rover, Sudbury. Pitch to the right-hand batter is outside, ball 1. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for each team. Chris Sale's 77th pitch is a backdoor slider that's high.
Well, the Rangers got hot with the Red Sox there, and it continues. In the first inning, Corey Seager hit a homer in that pivotal series with the Mariners.
There's a line drive, base hit into left field. Pull the slider between third and short. So there's the third hit off Chris, and here is Zach Remillard, who struck out swinging his first time up, 29-year-old rookie. He can play infield and outfield. Major Pedro Grifol loved his hustle, ability to bunt, do things fundamentally sound, throw to first, runner back standing. They have not been a fundamentally sound team this season. That's something that the manager wants to emphasize for next year. Here's the delivery. He's going to bunt, but pulls the bat back. It takes a slider inside for a ball.
I believe the Red Sox manager would echo the same sentiment.
Better defense, first and foremost. Eddie Rodriguez is the third base coach, flashing the signs.
Not that he read.
No, not the pitcher. Runner goes. The pitch is swung and grounded foul to the backstop. Our former lefty, Eddie Rodriguez, will be a free agent if he wants to be after the season.
Which would be interesting since he declined to trade.
He declined to trade to the Dodgers. Could have been in postseason. The Tigers. One-0 pitch, going to bunt, pushes the bunt, first base side very hard, right to Dahlbeck, who tags the batter coming toward first base for the out. But I'm sure we'll give him credit for a sacrifice, 3 unassisted.
So, speaking of the Tigers, they were in Oakland, and Miguel Cabrera's on his farewell tour. He's getting gifts everywhere he goes, and the A's managed to outdo themselves even in something as celebratory as sending off Miguel Cabrera.
Well, they've always been known as a cheap organization. Corey Lee lined to right his first time up. They outdid themselves in that regard.
They did. So look, in the normal world, they gave him a $90 bottle of wine, okay? Which, there are problems with on a couple levels. First of all, in that universe, for a farewell to a career, you'd probably go into a higher, level, I would say.
Especially right there in wine country close by, low and away, 2-0.
And the other thing is that Cabrera has had a public battle with alcohol and is in recovery and talks openly about it.
Tone deaf. Feel bad for those fans out there losing their franchise with the ownership as it is, low and away. Because, going into last year, they had a very strong-looking team. They could have been a division contender. But they were dismantled, and they really paid the price for it. Now they're losing the franchise. 3-0 to the catcher. Corey Lee lined to right his first time up. Runner at second, 1 out. He takes a fastball for a strike. White Sox have high hopes for this right-hand batting backstop they got from Houston in a trade for Graveman, the pitcher. Cal Berkeley product awaits the 3-1. There it is, and he swings and tops a grounder foul to Raffy, who grabs it on a hop near the coach's box.
You just rubbing that in, don't you, Cal Berkeley? What happened to Colgate football last week?
They lost to the Penn Quakers of all teams. Tomorrow, they play at Holy Cross, and Cross is loaded.
Wow.
They are very good. They could have easily beaten Boston College. They're going to be a 1AA championship contender this year. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at the first baseman. Dahlbeck wide of the bag has it. Several giant steps to first for the out. Thompson takes third. 2 down for Tim Anderson, who's fanned twice. Thompson's the first base runner to get as far as third base in this game.
Nightmare night for Tyler Glasnow. 5 1/3, he gave up 4 runs with 4 walks, 3 hits. The Blue Jays put 3 up in the 6th and lead 4-1.
Well, Baltimore's leading Cleveland 5-3 midway through that game. Here's a check swing and a cutter down and in, a slider actually, and it's a strike. Red Sox code word of the game is stolen base. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today. Sale is past the 75th pitch, which is brought to you by Dana-Farber Cancer Institute of the Jimmy Fund as we honor the 75th anniversary of the Jimmy Fund, low and away. Started in 1948. Bedside of a kid named Jimmy. Wasn't his real name. His real name was Einar Gustafsson, and he was discovered years later. What a great ambassador he was for the Jimmy Fund. Ground ball bounced to deep short, backhanded by Story, throws across his body in time for the out. Thompson stranded at third after 4.5. No score in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
Greetings, podcast listeners. This is world-renowned, self-proclaimed couples therapist, Dr. Sheila. And I'd like to invite all of you to experience my couples therapy podcast, Say More, with Dr. Sheila. And yes, for legal reasons, you do need to say the doctor in the form of a question. On the pod, I talk to couples who are having problems, and you get to listen. And how wonderful is that? To listen in on other people's problems and then feel better about your own. I ask my patients to come in, to open up, and to say more.
Paper Kite Podcast Say More with Dr. Sheila features guests such as Rachel Dratch, Kate Berlant, Paul Scheer, Alana Glazer, Maya Rudolph, Chris Parnell, Anna Gasteyer, and Amy Poehler as Dr. Sheila. Listen and follow to Say More with Dr. Sheila and Odyssey Podcasts on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Si tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis mental o por consumo de sustancias, hay consejeros a su disposición. Llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988lifeline.org. 988 significa ayuda para la salud mental.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you, Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
El programa piloto de tarifa gratuita para la airline de Ripta finaliza el 30 de octubre. A partir del 1 de octubre, los pasajeros deben pagar la tarifa completa en todos los autobuses de la airline de la Autoridad de Transporte Público de Rhode Island. Pague su tarifa Ripta con una tarjeta inteligente Wave, la aplicación móvil Wave o con $2 en efectivo. El 1 de octubre tenga lista su tarifa de autobús cuando aborde la airline. Para obtener más información visite ripta.com. Gracias por abordar Ripta.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
0-0, last of the fifth. There's Trevor Story, who singled to center his first time up, left too early, trying to steal second and was caught in the rundown. Ball strike and a curve from Tuki Toussaint is a very good curveball. Ball back to follow, then Wong. The pitch is outside. Yankees lead 6-0 over Arizona. Aaron Judge had a 3-run homer. Now he's hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the fifth. High pitch to him. 1-1 is low. I don't know many other guys in that lineup can hurt you these days. Luke Weaver pitching a shutout for the Yankees. He's a former Diamondback they picked up on waivers. Veteran righty's been with 3 teams this year, most recently Seattle. A pitch. That's a little low and away. 3-1. Red Sox have just 2 hits, a single by Devers and a single by Story. The pitch home. Swinging a foul down the right side out of play. They have not had a runner past second base. Raffy got there on a walk in the first inning after he singled and Verdugo walked.
Well, Sale has thrown 90 pitches and Garrett Whitlock is now throwing.
I don't think he'd push him more than 100, 105 or so. He's been good. He runs 3 hits in 5 innings. With 7 punch-outs, but those strikeouts do take their toll in the pitch count. The 3-2. Ground ball bounced to deep short, grabbed by the charging Anderson, throws low and safe. Anderson took forever to get rid of the ball. He came in and rather nonchalantly grabbed it, threw on the move, and Trevor Story beat it out. Well, that should never have happened. Anderson really has not been himself this season. Never been a great fielder, but I don't know if he had a little juggle in the glove or what. He took a look in the glove.
Yeah, like in real time he did.
Yeah.
It was stuck in the webbing maybe? Different.
But he was so nonchalant about it, paid the price. That should have been an out. Instead, it's ruled a hit. And there's a swing by Dahlbeck and a looper into center field. Roberts coming on. He can't get it. It drops for a hit. Dahlbeck muscled it in base in front of the center fielder Roberts, who got a late break on it. And the White Sox ugly defense rearing its head here, especially the play by Anderson. So a routine ball that was not turned into an out. Now a blue pit. The Red Sox have runners at first and second for Connor Wong, who struck out looking his first time up. Red Sox don't often bunt in this situation, but I wonder with Wong struggling, you might see it here.
And he's an awesome bunter.
They're creeping in at first and third. Looks like he's going to square. He does. And the pitch bunted beautifully third base side. Moncada has it. Only play to first. Quick flip for the out. Rather nonchalantly done. And that is the first stop. And Wong with a beautiful sacrifice bunt. Couldn't have rolled it out there any better. Red Sox with runners at second and third. Just his second sacrifice of the year, but a beauty.
Ross Core said he wanted to see more of them, as the Red Sox had so many issues with runners in scoring position, and Wong's just a brilliant bunter. What a chance for Rafael.
The sacrifice goes 5-3. 2 men in scoring position for Raffaello. Grounded out 5-3 and line to left. The infield's in. The pitch. Swinging a high fly, right center field, plenty deep enough to get a run home. Over goes the right fielder to make the catch. And tagging and scoring easily is Trevor Story. The throw from Thompson went into the middle of the diamond. Dahlbach climbed at second, and the Red Sox lead at 1-0 on a sacrifice fly. So small ball, a sac bunt, and a sac fly, and the Red Sox score first. That is the 5th RBI for Ceddanne Rafaela.
Thank you very much, Tim Anderson, but very good manufacturing. Run.
So 2 down with a runner at second. First base is open with Devers up. He's lined a single to right and grounded to second. And Raffy swings and lashes a foul. Look out in the third base seats beyond the third base dugout. It's a strike. Shaw's and Star Market have been rewarding their customers all summer with unforgettable awesome experiences and free groceries in the Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. From junior broadcasters to honorary bat kids to trips to see our favorite team in New York. And on Sunday, if a Boston player hits a Grand Slam, the sweepstake finalists will win free groceries for a year. It's always a Grand Slam with Shaw's and Star Market. Raffy bounced to second base. Andrus has it and throws him out. But the Red Sox get on the board first. After 5, 1-0 Boston in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
Si tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis mental o por consumo de sustancias, hay consejeros a su disposición. Llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988liveline.org. 988 significa ayuda para la salud mental.
Ripta's R-Line fare-free pilot is coming to an end on September 30th. Starting October 1st, passengers must pay full fare on all Rhode Island Public Transit Authority R-Line buses. Pay your Ripta fare with Wave Smart Card, Wave mobile app, or with $2 cash. On October 1st, please have your bus fare ready when boarding the R-Line. For more information, please visit Ripta.com. Thank you for riding Ripta.
On life's journey, we all need guideposts. Find inspiration and discover your next great Bible, devotional, or faith-based read at shopguidepost.org. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders $45 or more with code FREESHIP45.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you, around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Garrett Whitlock is on the mound for the top of the 6th. The Red Sox got a great one from Chris Sale. And Garrett, right now, on the back slope of the mound, just wrote with his finger in the dirt, G-A-V. Gav, his brother, who tragically lost his life a couple of weeks ago. Garrett is going to incorporate that every single time he takes a big league mound going forward. He is on the slab and he throws to Yoan Moncada's strike on the inside corner. He is still devastated, of course, processing the grief, supporting his mother as best he possibly can as Whitlock's 0-1 to Moncada is down and in. Change up 1-1. Unsurprisingly, one of the first people he heard from was Nate Eovaldi, who he reunited with in Texas this week. It has really been awful roller coaster couple weeks. 1-1 misses low. His teammates, the Red Sox, bonded together and bought Garrett a new silver chain with a big cross on it and the inscription of a Bible verse. 2-1 pitch to Moncada is fouled off on the third base side that basically talks about there will be a day when you no longer shed tears about the loss of his brother. And he wears it every minute of every day. 2-2 to Yoan Moncada. The pitch is a little bit inside with a sinking fastball. 3-2. He said baseball is an escape for him. You can understand that. Imagine he takes some solace in it. 3-2. That's a swing and a foul. Going to play another sinking fastball. Kind of in the middle of the zone. Stays 3-2. 21st appearance overall. 5 with a 5.19 ERA. 3-2, leading off to Moncada. He swings and misses. He is gone. 95-mile-an-hour sinker. And Whitlock picks up where Sale left off. Chris struck out 7 over 5 shutout innings and only 3 hits with 1 walk. Super encouraging for Chris. Love to see much more of that. 2024.
90 pitches, 55 strikes.
Here's the first one, too. Luis Robert Jr.'s sinker on the outside corner, 0-1. So those 90 pitches, and I guess probably not wanting to see the order a third time through. Alex Cora made the change. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's 0-2. If this guy were ever available in any capacity, what a perfect fit Luis Robert would be for the Red Sox roster. And he's just a fabulous player. The 0-2 is outside. Slider in the dirt. But he's a right-handed bat with power, great Fenway swing, and he's an excellent rangy outfielder. Perfectly suited for this yard. 1-2. Swing and a foul. A sinking fastball. You also feel like, I mean, he's been great in Chicago even this year, 37 homers. Well, I wonder how wonderful he might be in a change of scenery, playing for a winning club. Duvall, a couple steps toward right center field. 1-2 with 1 out. The pitch is a little bit low with a changeup. 2-2.
I suppose with a record like they have, nobody's untouchable, but
he would be the one piece you'd hold on to. You would think.
Take a lot of talent to give him up.
Foundational piece. Here's a little looper toward the right side. Rafaela races after leaps. He cannot get it. He almost made a brilliant play, did Rafaela. Ranging back into his left, but he could not quite get there. And Robert has his first hit. Can run, too. He's aboard. 1 down for Eloy Jimenez. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. Action all over Big League Baseball. The pitch to Eloy Jimenez. Misses outside. Ball 1. The Blue Jays in Tampa lead 4-2 in the 7th inning. Here's a pitch that's outside. Wong throws with a runner going, and it's not nearly in time. Here it is again, Robert. Another stolen base. He does it all. And the tying run in scoring position with 1 down. Pitch was a ball to Jimenez.
Guardians have come from behind a 6-5 lead over the Orioles in the 5th in Cleveland.
So that could be dramatic. Here's the 2-0. That's outside with a slider. And it's 2-1. Three balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That is a little bit outside. He walked him on 4 pitches. So after striking out Moncada, single and a walk. In so many ways, this game and these two teams are a fascinating study in why some general managers have no problem dealing top prospects for bona fide stars. In the case of Chris Sale, the Red Sox sent Moncada and Kopech over, and the Red Sox in every way got the better end of that deal. But Eloy Jimenez is a sort of a cautionary tale in the other direction, as Andrew Vaughn stands in. The runner going from second. Robert will get there to third with the foot first slide. Just a sneak attack of Whitlock. 2 steals in the inning for Robert. But at the trade deadline in 2017, the Chicago Cubs were eager to get proven pitching, and so they wanted Jose Quintana. who was at that time a White Sox pitcher. And for him, they sent Eloy Jimenez and Dylan Cease. 1-0. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. The changeup, and it's 1-1. So it can be a delicate balance, that's for sure. Rangers in the second inning continue to lead the Mariners 1-0. 1-1 to Andrew Vaughn. The pitch. Changeup grounded to third. Devers spins. It's off his glove and into the outfield. Coming home to score is Robert. His foot speed generates the game's tying run. It's 1-1. Well, that wasn't an easy play, but that was not wonderful range from Devers to his left either. It could have been an inning-ending double play, but he went down, clipped off his glove, could not field it, and he will be given a hit.
Right off the webbing of his glove.
Jimenez up to second on the play, and here comes Dave Bush. One thing about Whitlock is sort of like Chris Martin, without being so fine, he is around the strike zone a lot, so hitters pull the trigger a lot, and he gets a lot of contact, just like on that play there. Andrus, the batter, he is singled in line to right. So much to love. You do not want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. Find your authorized retailer. Visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. Andrus batting from the right side. Double played up behind Garrett with one down, and the game tied, and he misses with a fastball outside for ball one. Two-tone black and red bat for Elvis. One-time Ranger. 1-0. Swinging a high drive deep into right center field. Back into his right is Verdugo. On the run, he's there to make the play. Well, even as Alex has struggled offensively, the defense the last few games has been really good. He just took extra bases away from Andrus, and they're two down.
And Jimenez did not run the bases very well there. Still at second.
Now the ball in the gap with the momentum of the fielder going away from him. Easily should have moved up 90 feet. As it is, he's at second with two down. 1-1 the score. Here's Trace Thompson. How's the athletic DNA in his family? Brother Clay Thompson, one of the great shooters in NBA history. Whitlock trying to get him and keep the game tied. The pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Jimenez at second, Vaughn at first. Rafaela trying to keep him close at second. The 0-1 is a check swing and a slider that misses outside. And that's 1-1.
Lee Jansen worked out before the game today, feeling better, but still not active yet. Maybe tomorrow.
Long road back from COVID. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot into center field. That's a base hit. Jimenez is going to come home and score, and the White Sox take the lead. Throw to second is not in time. Almost beat him there. Rafaela tried to apply the tag, but Trace Thompson too fast. RBI double. It's 2-1 Chicago. Fourth base runner of the inning for the White Sox, and they've pulled ahead. Doug Lane is currently juggling the bobbleheads. The giveaway today is Raffy Devers WBC Dominican bobble. I've got some young friends of mine who will love that. Gavin Sheets is going to pinch hit now for Remillard.
This is an amazing game. We've had two sacrifice bunts. Modern day record.
Throwback. So here's Sheets. Connor Wong out there to go over the scouting report. They announced him after the visit from Dave Bush. Ordinarily, the pitching coach will go out in this kind of a spot to say, here's the deal with this hitter, but they already did it, so now it's up to Wong to share that news. Now Andrew Benintendi is going down the tunnel to get a bat, loosen up a little bit. Now that Sale is out of the game. Benny getting ready. Here's Gavin Sheets, second and third, 2 down. The pitch is swung on and missed. Shame Chris Sale won't be able to get a win. He was awesome. I think a couple of things. Joe just mentioned Kenley Jansen taking a little time to come back to 0-1. Swing and a miss. First of all, there are, I think, deeper concerns, and you want to play it even more cautious, especially given the record, given some of his recent heart issues. You all remember what happened with Eduardo Rodriguez and his myocarditis. 0-2 to Whitlock. They lead at second and third. The pitch is a soft spinning ground ball in shortstop side, back in by Story. On the run, he throws to first in time. And Sheets is gone, but the White Sox get 2, and they take a 2-1 lead after 5.5 at Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
A little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome!
Expendables 4 in theaters September 22nd.
Si usted o un conocido tiene pensamientos suicidas o una crisis de salud mental o por consumo de sustancias, llame o envíe un texto al 988 o chatee con nosotros en 988lifeline.org. El 988 Lifeline es confidencial, gratis y disponible 24/7 para uso personal o para un ser querido que le preocupe y necesite apoyo en caso de crisis. Consejeros de crisis capacitados están disponibles para escuchar, apoyar y ayudar.
On life's journey, we all need guideposts. Find inspiration and discover your next great Bible, devotional, or faith-based read at shopguidepost.org. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders $45 or more with code FREESHIP45.
RIPTA's R-Line fare-free pilot is coming to an end on September 30th. Starting October 1st, passengers must pay full fare on all RIPTA R-Line buses. Pay your RIPTA fare with Wave or $2 cash. For details, visit RIPTA.com.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination, and then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you, around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
Gresh and Fourier, weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Andrew Benintendi is in the game for the White Sox in left field, a place where he's so very familiar, and he sees Justin Turner stand in. First pitch to JT is a strike on the outside corner. Justin's got some different-looking kicks on in this game. Orange and green and pink. Have to get a close-up. It looks like there's some kind of almost like a cartoon character on the side of him. Could be linked to his foundation. We will find out. 1-1 to Turner. 2-1 Chicago in the 6th. Here's the pitch, and it is a curveball from Toussaint for a strike, 1-2. Turner, Verdugo, and Duvall. Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers, Bentley, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, Maserati, and Alfa Romeo, Boston. 1-2 is outside. Curveball, 2-2. I imagine there were a great many times, Joe, that you looked out to left field and saw Andrew Benintendi out there. It's actually a Wally-themed shoe that Turner has on. Green monster shoes. And thought you'd be seeing him for a decade or more.
How about a whole outfield from 2018? One's retired, one's with the Dodgers, and one with the White Sox.
2-2. Swinging a ground ball to third. Okada has it. Plants stands up tall and throws to first in time to get Turner, who's 0 for 3. And, of course, their celebrations became such a big hit after wins.
A little dance. Yeah, that was their trademark.
Come together, leap up, take pictures. It's great.
3 Bs. Benintendi, Bradley Betts.
The fire alarm is going off again at Fenway. Here is Verdugo, who takes pitch outside. Little strobe lights flashing all throughout. Got to be kind of distracting to the hitter, you would think. As if it's not hard enough. 1-0 to Verdugo. Here's the pitch, and that is outside, but called a strike. And it's 1-1.
This guy's averaging 6 walks per 9 innings. Got an ERA 5.4, and they've done very little with it.
1-1. Down and in. But this is crazy. Verdugo has walked twice in the game. That's the first time since June 6th. It's also the first walk of any kind for him since August 28th. And he's got 2 of the Red Sox walks, the only 2. Crazy. Here's a looper into left center field. Robert coming in, and he will take over in front of Benintendi. Make the play, 2 down.
Very few hard-hit balls in this game by the Red Sox.
I always liked Toussaint's stuff when he was with the Atlanta Braves. This time of year, this kind of game can be played, where 2 teams that are out of it can just feel a little bit flat, other than, say, the atmosphere right now in Tampa as Duvall takes a strike. That's probably not the right example. I doubt that ballpark is exactly jumping, but you would hope that tonight of all nights they would have a good crowd there.
You know it's jumping with the artificial noise.
Yes, you do. 0-1 to Duvall's swing and a miss at a fastball.
I hope in the new ballpark they tone it down.
Me too. They're going to have a fixed roof, but they are going to have walls that move and let natural air in.
Sort of like Miami has.
Still, that's a little better. Still wish it were retractable. 2 down, bases empty. 2-1 White Sox in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-2. Duvall fouls it right above us. Man, I was ready, Joe. So was Thomas, your grandson, who's between us. He looked totally unfazed. Ready to make the grab.
He's lefty.
Of course, he looks unfazed most of the time. Cool customer. 0-2 to Duvall. Curveball popped up. On the left side, the shortstop, Tim Anderson, on the infield. Dirt is there to make the play, and the inning is over. Yoshida be left on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by On Deck. Apply today online, ondeck.com. 1-2-3, down go the Sox in the 6th. We go to the 7th, 2-1 Chicago. Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Are you struggling to lose weight and keep it off? Tired of wasting time and money on starvation diets that lead to more frustration and stress? If there was a weight loss solution that could actually work for you, would you try it? Then head to Golo.com.
I'm Steve. I lost 138 pounds in 9 months on Golo.
I'm Amber. I've lost 128 pounds with Golo.
If you're ready to take back control of your life, head to Golo.com now and see how Golo can work for you. That's Golo.com.
My sleep is way better. My inflammation has gone way down. Golo saved my life. I was way overweight. That's what sent me down the path. I wanted to make sure and live for my kid.
I have literally tried everything. I was on the verge of getting gastric bypass surgery, and I saw the Golo commercial, and it was the last thing I tried because it worked.
Join over 2 million people who found a better way to lose weight with Golo. Your healthier and happier life begins at Golo.com. That's Golo.com. Again, Golo.com.
The New England Center for Children, a global leader in autism education and research, is hiring teachers of all experience levels. Whether you're a recent college graduate or an experienced professional looking for a change, NECC can help you establish or grow a career gaining hands-on experience working with children with autism and helping them live more independent lives. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses, and staff can earn a free graduate degree in ABA or a related field. Visit NECC today at necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Corey Lee, right-handed hitting catcher, swings at Garrett Whitlock's first pitch in the top of the 7th, fouls it off the facing of the press box just to our left. That is strike one. Well, the Rangers are having fun tonight. They're hosting the Mariners, and Evan Carter, who looked so good against Boston, launched a 3-run homer. They lead the Mariners 4-0. Here's a breaking ball outside. Slider 1-1. That series is such a study in contrast because the Rangers slug their way to wins. They're searching for starting pitching. Jordan Montgomery was good against the Red Sox. 1-1. Changeup and a beauty. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. And on the other side, you get Castillo and Kirby and Gilbert. Fantastic pitching for the Mariners. And then, of course, the Brewers, who blasted the Marlins 16-0. They lead in the 6th inning. They got Burns and Woodruff and Devin Williams in the bullpen. The 1-2 is way outside. Slider.
They could cause some problems in the postseason.
Yeah, they definitely could. Braves apparently lost Charlie Morton in the first inning to a right index finger injury. Not good for them. 2-2 is swung on and missed. There's a great changeup right there for Whitlock. Taking a little bit more off of it. 81 miles an hour, right where he wants it. So just as he did in the 6th, he leads off the 7th with a strikeout. Looking for better results after that. And here now Tim Anderson. Amazingly, the Royals lead the Astros 4-2. They got their best pitcher, speaking of, on the mound, Cole Reagans, who's been wonderful for Kansas City. Slider to Anderson is on the outside corner, 0-1. Jose Abreu did hit a homer for the Rangers in that game. But Bobby Witt tripled. MJ Melendez, Red Sox killer, singled in a run as Anderson takes a ball. It's 1-1. Here it's 2-1 Chicago. The pitch is outside. Most memorable moment of Tim Anderson's career came in a field in Iowa, a Field of Dreams game. After Aaron Judge had tied the game, Anderson won it with a homer into the corn. 2-1 pitch is fouled off on the first base side. I couldn't resist. That movie was available on the plane ride home from Texas. I put it on, and it's just thrilling every time.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times. I don't think he ever got the ball back, did he, from the cornfield?
I don't think he did.
Shoeless Joe found it somewhere.
2-2 is fouled off the end of the bat.
James Earl Jones was so good in that movie. He's not a baseball fan, but played his part very well.
Like a steamroller. It's baseball, Ray. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is fouled off. Look out. That section has been peppered all night long. Fans ducking out of the way. It's almost the identical spot where one of the Barbies in the crowd tonight got a beer knocked out of their hand. 2-2. It is a check swing and a slider outside. And it's 3-2. I hope the Red Sox one day soon play in that Field of Dreams game.
That'd be a lot of fun. They're renovating it right now.
3-2. Line to first, caught by Dahlman. A couple steps to his left. So, long battle won by Whitlock. The 2-downers Moncada. We take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI Studios, 93.7 WEEI-FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Whitlock fires to Yoan Moncada, who launches one foul on the right field line just in front of the pesky pole, strike one. Every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season, Red Sox Radio Network donates $40 to Cards for Kids. We're making our donation. You should too. 0-1 fouled off on the third base side. And it's 0-2.
Aaron Judge is hit his 3rd home run tonight.
Has he really?
This was a solo. 3-run homer, 2-run homer, and solo shot. 7-0 Yanks lead Arizona in the 7th.
Wow. 0-2. Fouled off. He could get another chance.
4 for 4. 3 homers and 6 runs batted in.
Remarkable what he's going to do so limited by injury.
And by the lineup around him.
That's true, too. 0-2 to Moncada. Little pop-up foul on the third base side. They be active in the offseason themselves. Ohtani and any other number of choices. I'm sure New York can be linked to everybody. 0-2, Whitlock throws. Swinging a foul back to the screen. So much to love. You don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. Great details. To find your authorized retailer, visit SubaruofNewEngland.com. Oh, and 2 again, and Garrett Whitlock misses a little bit with a changeup. And it's 1-2. What a freakish injury. I mean, Judge could have had a run at his own record. And that awkwardly crashed into the wall at Dodger Stadium. Cost him nearly 2 months. The 1-2 is low. Change up 2-2. What a break it was for the Red Sox to not see Judge until the third series with the Yanks. Two and 2 pitch. Foul back. It's rather amazing that it looks like now the Red Sox are in real danger of finishing behind the Yankees in the standings again. Not that that matters for much at all. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch way outside with a slider. And it's 3-2. Swinging a high fly down the right field line off the bat of Moncada. This is trouble by the pole. Verdugo reaches up and makes the play. Right in front of the pesky pole. Verdugo, very nicely done. We go to the 7th inning stretch at Fenway. 2-1 Chicago on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
Ripta's R-Line fare-free pilot is coming to an end on September 30th. Starting October 1st, passengers must pay full fare on all Rhode Island Public Transit Authority R-Line buses. Pay your Ripta fare with Wave Smart Card, Wave mobile app, or with $2 cash. On October 1st, please have your bus fare ready when boarding the R-Line. For more information, please visit Ripta.com. Thank you for riding Ripta.
On life's journey, we all need guideposts. Find inspiration and discover your next great Bible, devotional, or faith-based read at shopguidepost.org. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders $45 or more with code FREESHIP45.
What makes an occasion special? Does it have to involve a birthday, anniversary, or promotion? Or can it be that first juicy bite of a perfectly cooked burger, shared over laughs with good friends on a warm summer night? Sounds pretty special to us. Together, we bring more. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you, around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
Hey, it's Justin Turner. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Masataka Yoshida leaded off in the 7th inning for the Red Sox. Tuki Toussaint misses with a curveball outside ball 1. 2 men throwing in the White Sox bullpen. Yoshida takes a strike. Fastball in the outside corner. Brian Shaw, the right-hander, throws. Couple also up for the Red Sox, probably depending on what happens in this inning. And Yoshida lines one to center field, but it'll hang up. Robert needed a leap in the end right in front of the 379 marker. Crashing into the wall. Line drive out for Yoshida. 1 down. Stay tuned after the game. Cooper Boardman's here. He's got the Nissan Postgame Show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Here's Story, who's 2 for 2. Scored the Red Sox only run. 1 out, bases empty. The pitch is a strike from Toussaint. He's been efficient, too. He's only thrown 89 pitches. Jovera is up, and so is Winkowski. If the Red Sox continue to trail, we'll see Jovera, I'm sure. 1-1. Pitch to Trevor is inside. Question of the night, brought to you by Diesel Direct, was whether or not the Red Sox will go over the preseason win total set in Vegas of 78.5. 9 remaining, including tonight. They currently have 75 wins. 2-1. Ripped toward the monster in left, and on one hop it shoots to the Mason side. Benintendi plays the carom, spins and throws, and holds Story to a single. He looked like he has been there before. Benintendi, perfectly done. He's kind of shaking out his left wrist, is Andrew, after that throw. It hopped off the track, and then in the bottom white line of the Mason logo. Trevor Story's 3 for 3. And the catcher's visit to the mound. Bobby Dahlbeck is going to hit. 55% of our viewers say yes, the Red Sox will win 79 or more games. That would have been very close. I think Story, you can never know where the throw is going to go. He's frustrated with himself. Pedro Grifol comes out. He's going to take Toussaint out of this game. I'll go to Shaw in the bullpen, but it was not a strong throw from Benintendi. You wonder whether he's aching out there. He was shaking out his hand and threw it way on the center field side. So missed opportunity. But Story is aboard as the tying run with 1 down. Toussaint was really good tonight. He departs for Brian Shaw. We'll tell you all about him. We return to Fenway, 2-1 Chicago. And Shaw is the Star Market Red Sox radio network.
New Englanders know that for towing, hauling, or heading to a ball game, their Ford dealers are their truck headquarters. For a full lineup that works hard and plays harder, F-Series, featuring F-150 and the all-new Super Duty, the best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. The turbocharged Ranger and the compact Maverick, built Ford tough and the official truck of your Boston Red Sox. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2022 CY total sales. This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you could save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Brian Shaw is on for the White Sox out of their bullpen. The bullpen's been a mess for the White Sox, like so many other parts of their club. They do lead the Red Sox 2-1. Trevor Story, the tying run is at first base. Trevor probably thinks he wasted a chance to get a double. He read the play by Benintendi, the strong carom and then spinning throw. But for every double the Red Sox hit this year, we donate to the American Diabetes Association, in part by the Massachusetts Health Connector. Place to go if you need health insurance. mahealthconnector.org to stay in the game and get connected. Bobby Dahlbeck's looked really good the last few days. And he's got a chance right here. Story was picked off earlier in the game by Toussaint trying to steal too early. Shaw, 31 appearances, 4.62 ERA, 14 walks and 36 strikeouts. Toussaint in line for the win, but he is responsible for Story over at first. And there's Dahlbeck, who is lined out to third. Great play by Moncada going up the ladder, and then blooped a hit into center field. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch is outside. A cut fastball. And it's 1-0. Diesel Direct reminds you to stop wasting time at the pump. Get on-site fuel. Diesel Direct. 1-0. Dahlbeck staring out to Shaw. From the belt he throws. Bobby swings and misses at a cut fastball. 1-1. Bobby says he's a totally different player now than when he last left. Learned from failure, not trying to be too hard on himself. So perfect all the time, he said. 1-1. Here's the pitch. He pops it high down the right field line. Coming in on it, Thompson. And Trace Thompson reaches out and makes the play. Very near the hand of a fan, reaching out over the barrier there. Just past Canvas Alley, and Thompson did well. Makes the grab, 2 down. So now it's up to Connor Wong. He really took it right out of the hands of that fan. Nice play. So here's Wong with the leadoff man Rafaela out on deck. Bottom 7, 2-1 Chicago. Shaw's ready. Connor takes a fastball for strike 1. Toussaint. 6 1/3 innings for the White Sox. Only struck out 2 and walked 2. Both of those were Verdugo. Just 5 Red Sox hits tonight. Story a much bigger lead at first now. Shaw sets. He's not throwing or running, I should say, Story. And a cut fastball in the inside corner, 0-2. I mean, on the one hand, with Story's speed, you'd love to see him try to get to second, but on the other, with the 9-hole hitter up, it's not the worst idea to flip the lineup card over at worst for the 8th. 0-2. Trevor leads again. And he will be chased back with a glance from Shaw.
White Sox do not have a closer.
One of a great many holes that have emerged in this season for them. 0-2. Pitch. Swing and a smash foul on the right field side. Look out. That's a section with about as much pink as any that I've seen all night. People taking Barbie night to heart down there. I still haven't seen it. I gotta get that done. You can imagine with our schedules, throw in 2 young kids, there are not a lot of days that I could probably think about the movie theater. But that time is coming. The 0-2 pitch misses outside with a slider, 1-2.
Unfortunately, we'll have all of October off after the first.
Not the way you want to do it. 1-2 strikes. I never saw Oppenheimer either. I really want to do that. Apparently got to do it on like the super high def IMAX screens. The 1-2 is another foul ball. People say that thing's like a cinematic masterpiece. That's what off seasons are for. One and 2. Connor Wong. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. White Sox leading 2-1. Pitch. Swinging another foul. Pretty good battle here from Wong. It's a good crowd tonight. There are some seats in the center field bleachers that are empty. And some smatterings throughout the pavilion level. Crazy to think it's the last Friday night of the year. One and 2 to Wong. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, and Story started then stopped to second. A little tentative, maybe because he got picked off early in the game. We're all hoping that the rain holds off tomorrow. The forecast not all that promising. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Story, big lead again. Pitch to Wong. Is swung on a missed. He got him with a fastball. Inning over. We go to the 8th. 2-1 Chicago on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
Do you need a better way to respond to FAQs so your staff doesn't go crazy answering the same questions over and over and over again? Vonage does that. With the ability to have AI-powered conversations in over 100 languages, Vonage virtual assistants can instantly connect to your contact center and answer calls, providing answers any time of day. Your live agents can be free for more complex cases. Learn more about the benefits of conversational AI and see everything Vonage can do for your business at Vonage.com.
It's a back-to-school blowout. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 RV and kiss maintenance bills goodbye for a whole year.
We're talking end-of-season discounts on a gazillion new RVs.
Hurry! Visit CampersInRV or CampersIn.com today.
Offer valid only with purchase of new 2024 RV. Package details subject to dealer discretion. Visit CampersInRV for full service info and eligibility.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day? And that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you. Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Jones and Mego, weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, we go to the 8th inning, still 2-1. The White Sox on top. And Guevara becomes the next Red Sox pitcher. Whitlock on the hook. He went 2 innings, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits with a walk that hurt, 4-pitch walk, and 2 strikeouts for Garrett. So there's Mauricio Llovera. Most have been used in a mop-up situation, but of late, by necessity, with more in high leverage type situations. He's 0-3 with the Red Sox with a 5.25 ERA. So Llovera out there, 1-3 overall, including his time with the Giants in 26 games, facing Luis Robert. Luis Robert Jr. takes it high, ball 1. He struck out, he lined to right, and then he began that 2-run rally in the 6th inning with a single to right field, and he proceeded to steal 2nd and 3rd, scored the tying run. And he takes this one over the inner half, a call strike, and it's a ball and a strike. Red Sox have dropped 9 of 12 and 14 of 19. Red Sox have lost 6 of 7, low and away, and 8 of 10, 12 of 15. The teams have had defensive lapses much of the season. And there's pitch, swinging a ground ball hit hard to 3rd. Raffy grabs it on the 2nd hop with 1 hand, fires a strike to 1st, and the leadoff man is retired in the 8th inning. Now Eloy Jimenez, who's flied to right, grounded out 4-3, and drew a 4-pitch walk in the 6th inning and scored the go-ahead run eventually. We're in the 9th inning now at Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay trailing Toronto 5-2. There's a fastball in there for a strike. Jays had a 5-game win streak snapped last night by Garrett Cole in the Yankees. The 0-1 pitch and drive base hit into right field. And is lining it between the first baseman and the second baseman. One on, one out for Andrew Vaughn, who walked, struck out, and singled off Raffy's glove. And that drove in the tying run. Raffy made the play, might have had a shot at a double play. It was not an easy chance. He went diving to his left. One on, one out, and Vaughn takes it away for a ball.
Here's the pitching line for
The Orioles and the Guardians battling 6-6 now, the top of the seventh at Cleveland. Pitch up and away. 2-0.
1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Tampa Bay looks like they're going to fail to pick up the game as they rally in the ninth. They trail 6-2 going to the bottom of the ninth at Tampa Bay. The pitch is in there for a strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on. Juan, a right-hand batter, swings and bounces one toward the middle, grab by the second baseman, Raphael. Short flip to Story on the first for a 6-3 double play. Well, it turns out to be a quick inning. We go to the bottom of the eighth, Sweet Caroline time, and it's still 2-1 Chicago in the Shaws in Star Market. WE Big spot for the Red Sox center field tonight, Adam Duvall. 20 homers and 56 RBIs on the season. Steps out, takes a practice swing. Yoshida would be next. Infield back now in double play depth with the bases loaded. O'Shea coming to the set. He fires. Outside, ball one. They have a strikeout staff, but also staff that issues a lot of walks. It's 12 walks now at 10 1/3 innings for Crochet. The 1-0. Inside with a fastball, 2-0. He got ahead of Raffaello 0-2, hit him up on the ninth pitch of the at-bat in a 3-2 pitch. Got ahead of Verdugo 1-2, walked him. Between Raffy and the blue pit, the 2-0 pitch to Duvall. And low and inside, 3-0. That was a little bit closer, but he missed. A walk would tie the game. They'll be watching here, you would think. Rafaela Devers and Verdugo lead away. The 3-0 pitch. And it's in there for a strike. Duvall took a big step toward first. I think Williamsburg is very slow with his calls, even the vocal ones. Borderline pitch that was called a strike, so it's 3-1. 3 on, 1 out, 2-1 Chicago in the 8th. Garrett Crochet with a 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a drive to right field. Back goes the right fielder Thompson to the warning track. Reaches up, makes the catch, but plenty deep enough to score the tying run. Raffaella crosses home plate. Devers tags and goes from second to third. We're tied at 2. That was hit very hard. In some ballparks, that's off the wall. Here we caught it on the track. Duvall with an aggressive swing. And a 3-1 pitch ties the game. His 57th RBI. We're knotted at 2. Raffaella scoring easily. Verdugo held it first, and now we get a pitching coach visit here. The left-hand batting Yoshida up. Masataka grounded out 4-3, grounded to first, did a fly to deep center. It was run down by Robert. 2-run 7 hits for Chicago, 2-run 6 hits for the Red Sox. So Whitlock is off the hook. Crochet is charged with a blown save. The run was charged too. Shaw, who at 2/3 of an inning, charged with 1 run without a hit. Got a walk and a strikeout.
Verdugo has walked 3 times in his career, now 3 times. June of 21, June 26, 2022.
So here's Yoshida. This guy's very capable of bouncing one of the backstop. There's the pitch home. And it's low and away, ball 1. Raffy Devers, the go-ahead run at third. Red Sox have right-handed action in the bullpen. Appears to be Chris Martin. Probably come anyway, whether they take the lead or not, since there's no save situation for the home team, and the game is tied going to the 9th. Crochet with a 1-0 pitch coming. Here it is. And a fastball in there for a strike. He's on 24 pitches, only 11 strikes. Two in the 8th. 2 out. Runners at first and third. The 1-1 to Yoshida. He chases one up and away and misses it. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shea gets the sign, comes to the set, the 1-2, swing and a line drive, base hit into right field between first and second. Devers scores the go-ahead run. Verdugo puts on the brakes and gets back to second safely, and the Red Sox lead it 3-2. As Yoshida behind 1 and 2 ripped a bullet on a low line between first and second. And the Red Sox are ahead. Now to be a safe situation for Martin, and we get the manager Garfield going to the mound for a pitching change here is Crochet. Is charged with a go-ahead run, so he's on the hook. Rivera's game to win. As Yoshida drives in his 71st run. So we have a pitching change as we come your way in the Shaws and Star Market with the Red Sox leading at 3-2 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
New Englanders know that for towing, hauling, or heading to a ball game, their Ford dealers are their truck headquarters. For a full lineup that works hard and plays harder, F-Series, featuring F-150 and the all-new Super Duty, the best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. The turbocharged Ranger and the compact Maverick, built Ford tough and the official truck of your Boston Red Sox. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2022 CY total sales. This call to the bullpen gives you a chance to check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. You'll find special deals on the award-winning Ford SUV lineup that you won't see advertised anyplace else. Whether you plan to buy from your Ford dealer's inventory or custom order your new SUV, visit buyfordnow.com and see how much you can save. And then see your New England Ford dealers for your new SUV.
Face Story, single to center, single to deep short, and single to left. Red Sox would love some insurance here. They lead at 3-2. And the first pitch, a strike over the outer half. Started him out with a slider. There's his been in the big leagues since 2020, up and down. And there's a ball wide. Came up with Seattle. And went to Cleveland, and this year was with Pittsburgh to start. This is his White Sox debut. 1-1. We go at second. And the pitch runner at first, pitch low and away. So it's 2 balls and a strike. Red Sox with 2 runs home here in the 8th inning to take a 3-2 lead. They'd love to add to it right here. The pitch home. Fastball strike over the outer half. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 runs home, and the Red Sox lead at 3-2. Here in the 8th inning. Journeyman right-hander Yohan Ramirez. With the 2-2 pitch coming to Trevor. Here it is. And he takes the ball away.
One of the really fun things that's happened the last couple weeks, Joe, it appears there's a real burgeoning friendship between Rafi and Cedar Rafaela. Every time there's a shot of the dugout, the two of them are sitting next to each other laughing.
Rafi mentoring the youngster. There's the pitch runner at first. The pitch. Swinging the drive to right field, slicing, but over toward his left is Thompson to make the catch to retire the side. The Red Sox bat around, but they leave 2. However, they score 2 and take a 3-2 lead as we go to the 9th of the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Network.
Ripta's R-Line fare-free pilot is coming to an end on September 30th. Starting October 1st, passengers must pay full fare on all Rhode Island Public Transit Authority R-Line buses. Pay your Ripta fare with Wave Smart Card, Wave mobile app, or with $2 cash. On October 1st, please have your bus fare ready when boarding the R-Line. For more information, please visit Ripta.com. Thank you for riding Ripta.
Football season and fall camping are almost here. And this year, you don't have to choose between the game and your RV plans. Dish Outdoors has the perfect setup to watch your team on the road or at your campsite. No Wi-Fi or cell signal needed. And if you're looking for an easy tailgating setup, we've got you covered. Dish Outdoors lets you watch coverage in crystal clear HD on the big screen. And with no long-term contracts, you only pay for the months you use. Never miss a moment of the big game with Dish Outdoors. Visit dishoutdoors.com to learn more.
Greetings, podcast listeners. This is world-renowned self-proclaimed couples therapist, Dr. Sheila. And I'd like to invite all of you to experience my couples therapy podcast, Say More. On the pod, I talk to couples and you get to listen in on other people's problems and then feel better about your own.
Say More with Dr. Sheila features Amy Poehler as Dr. Sheila. Listen and follow to Say More with Dr. Sheila on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
United Ag and Turf is your local John Deere dealer, and we're here to help you tackle your projects all year long. Our John Deere compact tractors start at only $158 a month and allow you to do everything from mowing the lawn to tilling the garden to digging out after winter's worst storm. John Deere makes swapping out attachments a cinch, so go ahead and add one for as low as $13 a month. Experience getting more done for less at United Ag and Turf or online at unitedequip.com.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Well, Chris Martin in a safe situation here. As we said, Kenley Jansen didn't work out today. He's been out with COVID. And he could be activated tomorrow, but he's not eligible for this game. In his last outing, September 18th at Texas, Martin went 1 inning, no runs, a hit, and struck out 2 for his second save of the year. Well, the defense changes now. Balls stays in, plays left field, moves over from center to left in the 9th. Raffaella is in center field. He began at second base, and Reyes, who pinch ran, stays into play at second. So here we go with Chris Martin, his 55th appearance. He's been so good for the Red Sox. Leads at Major League Baseball, pitches over 30 innings with a 1.07 ERA. At his first pitch, he is a strike to Elvis Andrus, who singled, line to right twice. Chris Martin delivers the 6-8 righty, misses away, and it's 1-1. So Yoveris be his first with the Red Sox. 1 inning, no runs and a hit, helped by a double play ball. 2 veterans here, former teammates actually with the Rangers. The pitch home is a fastball sinking in there for a strike, and Andrus can't believe it. He thought it was low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Toronto beat Tampa Bay 6-2.
Perfect pitch, like so many that Martin has thrown all year.
Not a lot of running, a career high 19 straight appearances covering 18 innings. Third longest active streak by Major League relievers. Taken low.
It's such a big win for the Blue Jays, and the Rangers are blasting the Mariners too.
Barnes allowed only 1 run in his last 36 games going back to June 9th. 32 2/3 innings. The 2-2 pitch coming to Elvis Andrus. And he swings in. Line drive caught by the pitcher. Wasn't really a bullet. Into the right side of the mound. And with that long reach at 6-8, Martin reached out and stabbed it in the glove. I think the second baseman would have had a play on it. Just made sure he grabbed it. 1 down. Thompson is due, and he will bat. Trace Thompson struck out and singled twice. Actually, the last hit was a double. He singled to right and then doubled. And scored a run. Pitch. And a strike over the outside edge. Boston 3, Chicago 2, 1 out of the ninth. Martin delivers home, and that runs inside with a fastball at 96. Red Sox have played small ball effectively tonight. Not had an extra base hit. But they lead 3-2. The pitch. Wave and a miss. Hard cutter up and away. Showed some patience at the plate, too. A sac bunt, a sac fly. 2 sac flies, in fact. The pitch. Running inside. First run came in a sac fly. Scored by Raffaella, or driven in by Raffaella. Scored by Story. Here's the pitch home. Swinging a line drive right to Devers. He grabs it with one knee on the ground for the out. That was hit harder. Raffy playing it off his left knee for the out. 2 down. And the last hope will be old friend Andrew Benintendi batting for the first time tonight. Benny at 263 has 5 homers. He's driven in 45 runs. Devers in close at third. The pitch, and Andrew takes it inside and high, ball 1. He came in after Remillard, who was lifted for the pinch hitter Sheets. Came in to play left field after that. 0-1 pitch coming, and the left-hand batter swings and loops one to left center field. Over goes Raffaella. He's there, and he makes the catch, and the Red Sox have won. The Red Sox with 2 in the 8th beat the White Sox here. The final Boston 3 and Chicago 2. The win goes to Llovera, and the loss to Crochet. As the Red Sox get back to within 2 games of 500 at 76 and 78, pinning the White Sox with their 96th loss. 3-2 Boston. Totals next on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Network.
Did you know that Cumberland Farms actually invented coffee? Well, genius, that's the sort of thing you might believe when you forget your morning cup. Don't forget, Cumby's coffee, any size, just $1.29.
Plus tax. Prices higher in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket locations.
The New England Center for Children, a global leader in autism education and research, is hiring teachers of all experience levels. Whether you're a recent college graduate or an experienced professional looking for a change, NECC can help you establish or grow a career gaining hands-on experience working with children with autism and helping them live more independent lives. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses, and staff can earn a free graduate degree in ABA or a related field. Visit NECC today at necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This is like a rude awakening for Belichick. The defense doesn't really beat offense in the NFL anymore. And he's like one of the last people, I guess probably out of arrogance because he wants to win his way post-Brady. He can have games that kind of go his way, and he's still on the losing end of things because just the players for the other teams are just too much.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tips and fees extra. Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, here to tell you about my new podcast, Search Engine. On Search Engine, we tackle the kinds of questions that keep you up at night. Like, why are drug dealers putting fentanyl in everything? Should we be worried that Elon Musk believes that we're living in a simulation? And, for the love of God, is it actually unsafe to drink the coffee on airplanes? On Search Engine, no question is too big and no question is too small. Listen and follow Search Engine with PJ Vogt and Odyssey Podcast. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
As a professional big thinker, even your best ideas take a hit from reality.
As professional engineers and builders at Black & Veatch, that's our specialty. Helping you bring your resilient infrastructure visions into the real world. So keep thinking up possibilities. What if power outages were out of the picture? What if impenetrable wasn't impossible? From there, we'll handle what next.
The CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children have autism, meaning teachers are needed now more than ever. The New England Center for Children can help you establish an impactful career and gain hands-on experience helping children with autism live more independent lives. NECC staff can also earn a free graduate degree in ABA or related field. NECC is currently hiring autism teachers and behavior technicians for its day and residential programs. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses. Visit necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, this is Adam Duvall. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
This is the Nissan Postgame Show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full lineup that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com.
Back at Fenway Park, the Red Sox beat the White Sox 3-2. Chris Sale struck out 7 over his shutout 5 innings, and he struck out 17 in his last 2 Red Sox starts, both of which have been absolutely wonderful. Tonight, the Red Sox get 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to beat the White Sox 3-2. Chris Martin earns his 3rd save. Joe Vera gets the win. Crochet gets the loss. 7 hits for each club. The Red Sox leave 7. And the White Sox stranded 6. 2 hours and 42 minutes in front of 37,102. You're listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Let's take a quick station break, 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming and Joe Castiglione back in the broadcast booth at Fenway Park after a 3-2 win. Kicks off the Red Sox final homestand of the season. They're now 76 and 78. And Joe, the fastball velocity was back for Sale. Trevor Story got 3 hits. I thought Cedon Rafaela played a really good game. I mean, he looked very comfortable at second base, started a double play with Trevor. I thought instinctive base running in that final inning, reading that little blooper so perfectly into the outfield. And earlier in the game, doing what's needed, a sacrifice fly to get a run home. So I thought the kid was really good.
Yeah, as a leadoff hitter to get the sac fly to drive in a run, and then the great read on the pop fly that fell in, as you said. After a long at bat, he fell behind 0-2 against Shaw, a veteran right-hander, and then worked the count full, fouled off 3 pitches, and then got hit with the next pitch and wound up scoring the tying run on the sac fly by Duvall. Red Sox played small ball tonight. They had 2 sacrifice flies and a sacrifice bunt. They didn't have an extra base hit, but they got the W.
Isn't that crazy? Kind of a throwback. Alex Cora had alluded to that. Connor Wong is such a good bunter. I mean, every time he does it, he lays down an absolute beauty, it seems like. And, for a team that occasionally this week has struggled with runners in scoring position, doing little things like that, taking the extra base, running well, and then moving runners up and getting them in, that was a really encouraging thing to see, especially involving some of the younger players.
Yes, he contributed in a big way there with that beautiful sacrifice bunt to set up the first Red Sox run. Otherwise, we might still be playing.
No kidding. The Red Sox will certainly take it. The White Sox, with this loss, are 58 and 96. Toussaint pitched well for Chicago, but Sale was really good, and the Red Sox bullpen really held firm and picked up Garrett Whitlock, who gave up a couple of runs in his first inning. We will step aside very quickly. Cooper Boardman's got the Nissan postgame show tonight. We'll hope to check into the Red Sox clubhouse momentarily. Back with more from Fenway after this in the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
The New England Center for Children, a global leader in autism education and research, is hiring teachers of all experience levels. Whether you're a recent college graduate or an experienced professional looking for a change, NECC can help you establish or grow a career gaining hands-on experience working with children with autism and helping them live more independent lives. New hires can qualify for up to $10,000 in bonuses, and staff can earn a free graduate degree in ABA or a related field. Visit NECC today at necc.org/careers for openings and more information. NECC is an equal opportunity employer.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination, and then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you, around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This is like a rude awakening for Belichick. The defense doesn't really beat offense in the NFL anymore. And he's like one of the last people, I guess probably out of arrogance because he wants to win his way post-Brady. He can have games that kind of go his way, and he's still on the losing end of things because just the players for the other teams are just too much.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Navien tankless Take water. Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app now. Back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
We're joined by Trevor Story as the Red Sox win it 3-2. Trevor, a 3-hit game for you. Did a lot of little things well, running hard in the ground ball to short to beat it out, and of course making a very good play when they had a runner at third and 2 down. A lot of ways to contribute.
Yes, sir. That's it's kind of been the name of the game for me lately when the bat hasn't been going how I want it. So just trying to find little ways to impact the game, and I think I did a good job tonight.
You know, Alex said a couple days ago he's seen some real positive signs from you at the plate, Trevor. Have you felt that way? I mean, it certainly looks like it's kind of paying off. Even the outs have been ladder, line drives that have been caught. Do you feel it coming on offensively?
Yeah, it's been much better. Kind of the last couple games in Texas, and tonight was good as well. Just really controlling the zone, I think, has been the biggest thing. So, yeah, I feel like, it's been a grind offensively. There's no doubt about that, but I feel like the work is paying off.
Well, it's nice to see sort of a throwback game here. 2 sac flies, a sacrifice bunt, and some great base running by Rafael on that blue pit.
Yeah. That's that's the kind of baseball that we can play when we need to, Wong, like you said, with the great sac bunt, and then Rafaela with the sac fly, and also just I think that's something special about our team. I think with these young kids coming up, we got a little more speed and we can make more impact on the bases.
Trevor, it so often happens when players, but especially hitters, miss all of spring training and kind of join the season in progress. It can be really hard to kind of find yourself without that normal routine. What's that challenge been like for you, trying to kind of get in this thing midstream?
Yeah, it's obviously been very challenging for me. Coming back from the surgery, all of my energy and everything is into being healthy, and coming back and playing shortstop is a big it's a big step for me, and being able to play it the way I have been is a positive for me. But offensively, obviously, not the type of production that I expect of myself, but it is baseball's hard, man, and I think I have a lot of confidence in the player that I am, and that will eventually show.
And you're going to invite some of your younger teammates, infielders, to an off-season camp in Texas?
Yes, that's going to be down in Dallas. Tulo did that for me back in Colorado, and it helped shape my career big time. So just, a little way to give back to the game and kind of entrench myself even more in this organization. Cool
to see you playing with your boy down in Texas, Trevor. So when you have this infield camp, like, you can play catch with Stetson in the morning and then with Rafaela in the afternoon. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan.
Perfect. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, look, he said it best. Baseball's hard. And, these guys are such creatures of habit, Joe. And I just fundamentally believed from the moment we heard he was going to, get the procedure and be delayed, it would be hard to have expectations offensively. But he has impacted this team defensively. He's helped Rafi over at third. Clearly, he's mentoring Rafaela up the middle infield. So he's contributing in a lot of ways, and you can just hear from him that there's a real belief that next year and beyond will be much better.
Well, he's certainly throwing well and moving well, so it bodes well for next season.
And of course, as the Red Sox look for a right-handed bat between from Devers and Casas, maybe he's on the roster right now, and maybe he can regain some of that form from Colorado. That would be a huge lift.
Sure would be. Well, nice win tonight as the Red Sox go over 500 at home, and we're within 2 of 500 overall.
And hopefully the rain will stay away tomorrow. I'm not entirely all that optimistic about it, but we will wait and see. 3-2 the Red Sox. Cooper, are you ready?
I think I am.
All right, it's Cooper Boardman with the Nissan Postgame Show. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Red Sox and the White Sox, weather permitting. Go ahead, Coop.
All right, guys, thank you, and enjoyed it there with Trevor Story. He, by the way, is tonight's Mike's Amazing Player of the Game, brought to you by Mike's Amazing, the official mayonnaise of the Boston Red Sox, and good vibes about it. Began with Barbie, it ended with Trevor, and it ends here tonight on the Nissan Postgame Show. Saving the action-packed Nissan lineup today at the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event. Cooper Boardman here with you. We'll have Red Sox review here locally coming up in just a little bit at 617-7797-937, 617-7797-937, and a good night all around. I mean, Trevor Story comes out and delivers the 3-hit night, and you can you just see it a little bit every single time he takes the field. Will Fleming, just took you through it, but balls are getting hit harder, and all of a sudden the results are coming. And, when you look at the story and you do the autopsy of the 2023 Boston Red Sox season, that will be one of the biggest holes between what this team perhaps could have been and what it ended up being. Trevor Story's absence obviously left a big one, both defensively but also offensively. And you saw certainly the guy that he was in Colorado tonight, and certainly even more so the guy that he was over the final month of the 2022 season, part of a 3-hit night for the Boston Red Sox. It was part of a night that really offensively for the Sox was great. Cedar Rafaela right back in that leadoff spot, delivered in a big-time way. The sac fly to open the scoring in the 5th inning for the Sox, put them up 1-0. Chicago came right back, put up 2 on Garrett Whitlock, the rare multi-run allowance against Whitlock in an individual outing. In that 6th inning, they just pushed across a couple of balls that bounded off of Rafi Devers' mitt that allowed the tying run to score. They would drive home one more on a Trace Thompson RBI double to put them up 3-2. That score would hold. We'd get to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and that is when the Red Sox would really start to get the offense rolling. Rafaela, once again, and it's funny, like you glance at his line tonight, he's 0 for 2, a run scored and an RBI. Nothing too crazy, but he was outstanding tonight. I mean, he comes up, leads off the bottom of the 8th inning, works a 10-pitch at bat, gets to a full count, and then gets hit by a pitch. Devers next, he bloops a single, and after Justin Turner strikes out, a sac fly off the bat of Adam Duvall ties the ball game up. Masataka Yoshida comes back with an RBI single, and that was the game-winning swing in a 3-2 Red Sox victory tonight. 7 hits for the Sox, no doubles, which of course is a rarity for the team that leads Major League Baseball in doubles. But it's a good time anyway to remind you that doubles for diabetes. The Red Sox, with every double this year, means $50 to the American Diabetes Association, brought to you in part by the Massachusetts Health Connector. The place to go if you need health insurance, go to mahealthconnector.org to stay in the game and get covered. $50 for every double by the Sox. The season tally with 175 doubles is up to $8,750. That was great offensively. Defensively, really on the pitching side for the Red Sox, Chris Sale got it started. 5 innings, scoreless ball, 7 strikeouts. He has now struck out over his last 2 starting pitching appearances now. 17 men over his last 2 starts. He's been, looked like the guy that you hope he could be, signed to the end of next season. And